Session 20, that's right. Wow, yeah. Art thou too near such doom? Vague there is, for I have seen my sons most unlike gods. Divine ye were created, and divine in sad demeanor, solemn, undisturbed, unruffled like high gods, ye lived and ruled. We enter back into Jorikost, where you guys have spent a little bit of time now getting a nice tour of the area, or at least what you've seen thus far, and a convenient use of the Fates card, avoiding what would have been a tricky situation for one of you. You do find yourself at relative peace, at least for the day after your night of drinking. I'm sure you're each in your own state of particular hungoverness, and you have all of Jorkos to explore. What would you guys like to do?
Tony just leaves.
Hmm.
I mean, we were gonna plan a heist, right? Right, guys. Like, what do you guys want to do?
Well, today is Dr. Siegfried's first day in Jorkost, so
Oh, is it?
yeah,
Right.
so he has to get a little acquainted to the situation here.
Yeah, he's got a lot of notes to read. It's been a minute.
I got a lot of notes to read. Yeah,
He's like, where the fuck am I?
I had to
I
ask
did what? Yeah.
what
Also,
level we were.
who am I?
He was level 5 when I last put the character sheet away.
Wow.
So
That's been a minute.
it's been a minute.
I kind of forget, like, a lot was uncovered about Ileana. How much of that do our characters know? Like, I'm having a hard time separating what Steven knows and what Tiago knows. Like, essentially, we didn't see any of what happened last session, right?
Certainly nothing that they saw at the place. No, I mean
Yeah.
you know that there's something going on here,
Mm-hmm.
but outside of the fact that he disappeared for a couple hours,
With this guy, yeah.
you don't really have any information on what he's gathered. Would that be something Ileana would write down for Dr. Siegfried to know?
I am very selective about what one writes down for the other.
Okay. Good.
So I have what I have said.
Perfect.
Eric, that is next level. I could not.
I'm playing myself.
I can't even lie as my character, like, who's supposed to be good at lying. You have two characters who are lying to each other in the book, in your own notes. Like,
It's a little self-indulgent, but it makes I have a good time with it. So,
that's
you
cool.
know, that's what counts.
That's cool, man. That's hardcore. That's pretty impressive. Well, I think if we're gonna plan a heist, and we need some kind of distraction, depending on what distraction we devise as a team, I have like like in every city I have like a contact that I can go find basically, and then like use him for a favor or get information or intel. So I think that might be useful for me to go do that today. But I'd like us to figure out kind of what our plan is before I do that. And if you guys want to come with me, you can do that too, I think.
I'd say that sounds good. Like to wait. Did you say that as Steven or as Tiago?
I said it is Steven, but if you guys want to role play, I'm there.
I think that sounds like a good plan.
At the risk of sounding stupid, what heist?
Oh yeah. So Father T had some type of book that that's in Jorikos that involves time travel or something. But we need the book in order to be able to figure out how it works to hopefully go back and stop Tria from being blasted and all those people getting killed. But the book is in his family's like library, and if they see him or us, probably things might get, dicey. Like he can't just walk in and be like, "Here's the book. Oh, thank you."
Definitely not.
Yeah, and there were guards there when we like walked up before.
Yeah. Some
Okay.
patrols. So,
I will
Logan,
do my
what,
part in said heist.
so you're setting off to meet your contact, Tiago?
Yeah, I think so. And if anyone wants to come with, you're welcome to meet him. Unless
I
it's
will come
Girl
with you.
Logan. Yeah.
But I'll
Logan, what would we know about the infrastructure from visiting, like the area, the guards, and all that?
I mean, it looks like the guards aren't like overly thick. It's not like they're expecting any sort of like grandiose attacks anytime soon, it seems. Just a few patrolling guards. If you counted them, it looks like one goes by about every 5 minutes. But just only like a total of 4 or 5 wandering the premises of this relatively large, multi building complex that is all owned by the Valzyres. Uh, Other than that, it seemed like Father T like alluded that there were like further defenses, but he didn't really know what sort of defenses there were.
Were there any like physical gates or anything like that blocking it?
Yeah, it is all like within this fence. It's just a wrought iron fence. Doesn't look, overly protective, but it would be something you'd have to get over or around or through. Yeah.
I had written
Okay.
in my notes that there was an entryway and a back room through a kitchen to the basement, and that the book was on the middle shelf of the third bookshelf.
Well,
What?
oh shit. So
Hi,
soon.
sorry. We got out very early.
Nice.
Rock
Should
and
I-
roll.
Am I too late?
We
just
Not.
started, dude.
We have done nothing but talk
Get
about
your
what we're
butt
gonna
outta
do.
here.
we're planning a heist.
Actually,
Yeah, you're
I was going to ask you, Tiago. Again, Father Siegfried is new here, is a bit groggy, hasn't seen the sun in a bit. So I am not quite following all that we have to do, but why are we meeting up with this contact? Can't we plan the heist on our own?
Seems as though Father T's family isn't too keen on having him come home. At least not right now. Probably best if we went in unseen. My friend in the city can help us out with that, I think.
I feel as if perhaps we could also handle this on our own accord. I fear bringing in someone else will have us just get too complicated if there are too many cooks in the kitchen. Does that make sense?
It does. I understand your discretion, and trust me, he knows discretion. If you can trust me, I kind of like give him a silly look, and you can trust him.
That's not well. Besides that, probably if you are looking for someone to do the stealing, I would probably be your best candidate.
Really? And how's that?
Oh, well, I take, priority over you people who are naturally dexterous, for I have the anti-cloaking technology to remain hidden.
You talking about invisibility?
Not well, actually, yes, if necessary, but also just plain. The armor I'm wearing is fitted with disbursement of light, and it can practically turn me invisible to all sights and sounds. Practically. And if necessary, I also have invisibility at the ready in case I need to double up.
As much as I want to be the person with the sticky fingers for this book, I'll admit, being invisible is better than being hard to see. So perhaps you should be the one to get the book.
Yes, and also if I get the book, that is better, because I trust myself more than anyone else to take it. So
Sure did miss you.
yes, it's I feel rather groggy, as if I have not um, been awake for very long, as if I have just woken from a nap. So pardon me if I do not have my regular sunny disposition. It's a bit of a process waking up.
Well, invisibility trumps any dexterity that I might have. Perhaps I would be better off to be used as a distraction.
Yeah, that could work. That could be a good idea.
Perhaps a falsely drunken distraction. Who knows?
It's about this time that you hear some like polite laughter from downstairs, and you notice that apparently Adamar is having a conversation with someone in like the sitting room where you first met him.
Always thought his laugh was a bit maniacal. I'm gonna go.
It's not his laugh that you hear.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Could somebody, before you go, who's this guy downstairs?
I'll look at the others. Fill our friend in. I'm gonna go downstairs and eavesdrop.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
Okay. Dexterity, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You sort of just casually walk to where you can hear what they're saying, and you can see it's Adamar standing across the table at a well-dressed woman about his age, has the look of someone who's like important, just on her at all times, sits prominently and like straight up in her seat, and kind of looks similar to Father T, a very young female Father T.
Hot.
Elven or human?
Human.
Okay. Is she wearing any like I don't know if their family has any like insignia or crest or anything like that that would definitely indicate that she.
Yeah, I'll say that just like looking over once more, you do notice that she has a pin that marks her as an ironclad architect, which certainly narrows it down.
Okay. Aren't the ironclad architects? Aren't some of those the people that Adamar wanted to kill? Or he is an ironclad architect?
He's an ironclad architect. It's like the aristocracy that rules the town.
Okay.
It's like half Father T's family, the other half is like mixed of people, right?
Just under half Father T's family, for political reasons.
I definitely want to try to listen to what they're saying.
You hear him say, "Yes, I came into a bit of trouble, as these things sometimes do, but, well, I was able to handle it relatively easily." And the woman looks back and just sort of nods and says, "That's what I heard, though I heard it was more than just trouble. Somehow you're tied into this Tria thing. I know it." And he just laughs. Oh, Carl, you're always like this. You see more in me than I am. I'm a politician, not a miracle worker. She looks back at him, nods. It is pretty convenient, this new upturn. Could be good for us. Could be good for all of Jorcast, don't you think? I can see that there are some benefits to the situation, but I must say it's not how I would have seen things done. Calth just nods. A bit barbaric, I'll give you that. From there, the conversation dwindles to less important matters. Roll an insight check.
12.
Okay. Your brother seems nervous. Even as he maintains this cool facade.
Yeah.
Maybe this is not someone who just makes everyday appearances in his apartments, and he thinks it might be a bad sign of something to come.
Yeah, and it seems like they're referring to if she said it was a bit barbaric, so they're probably referring to him fireballing those people. I don't know.
They were
totally know what
referring
they're
to the attack on Trio.
Oh, okay, yeah, I gotcha. So, and she's playing it off as like it sounds like a success, and he's like also trying to pretend that he thinks it's a success. Am I picking up on that right? Okay,
That's right.
He's hiding his true.
I mean, not a success, but he's like, she was like, oh, this could be good for Jorikost, which could be true.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like, yeah, I guess. As you're sort of drifting in and out of the conversation as it gets less interesting, she then says, have I told you of our new Hydra? Really something, a work of some darker magics, one might say. There have been some experimentation I'm hearing of from the Jocracy, sort of hybridization of different monsters. Really quite fascinating. He perks up a little bit at this. Hydra? What kind of Hydra? Oh, it's nothing really. Maybe I'll show you sometime. Well, I should really get back to work. Thank you so much for the tea. She places down the cup that she was drinking from and proceeds to exit. He stands up and she says, oh, I know the way. No need. Even with your relatively poor insight check, there is no doubt this is, at least to some degree, a tacit threat
Towards my bro.
Seems that way.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, by the way, we got a Hydra now.
Maybe I'll show you sometime.
Maybe I'll show you sometime.
If she leaves, I'm gonna if she's gone for sure out of earshot, hear her feet clicking down the hall or whatever. I'll kind of walk into where Adamar is. Everything all right, little brother?
Those blasted Valzyres. Oh, brother. It's good to see you. How do you feel after last night? I saw you had a few. Oh, not as many as I am, afraid.
It has been some time since I've partaken. It was well-deserved and needed.
Well.
Friend of yours? I gesture out the door.
Hardly a Valzyre. I hate them all. I'd burn them all, too. He says, almost absent-mindedly, and then, looks surprised that it came out of his mouth.
Do I notice this surprise?
Just see, his eyes widen briefly as he just, smiles.
To me, that seems strange. That's not how I would imagine Adamar from before, right? That's not, you know what I mean?
As a high-functioning sociopath, no, you don't remember him being this way.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's what I thought. Always with the burning, it seems. I told you if you plan on burning.
Figure of speech.
So this family that you don't like. What do you know about them? What do you know about their nearby facilities?
Not much as far as their facilities go. Their family, I know much. They were founders of Jorikost originally. Though the original leader has died, and that's what opened up the political opportunity that you now see me in. They rule nearly half the ironclad architects, they call themselves. Very gifted magically, this family. some more than others. Though I've heard one, a young boy, he's gone missing. He's on the run, or so they say. I think they've just killed him in some horrific experiment.
Maybe. You're talking about, I like get out a small book that has my, let's see here. What is it? Will, what's your character's name? I always call him Father T.
Toral.
Toral. Okay, yeah. Is it Toral? Young Toral. Is that his name?
Yes, yes. Can't walk more than a few blocks without seeing a wanted poster here or there.
Interesting.
Though it seems they've died down a bit, probably believing him dead by now. Or at least admitting it to the rest of us. The crooks.
It has been some time. He does have a good bounty on his head. Pursuing that one myself, actually.
Working for the Valzyres.
Mm,
Shame.
working for who pays and not taking every job. Anyways, I was just curious what you were up to. Is everything okay?
I'm not sure yet. The witch keeps speaking to me, telling me everything will be fine, but I don't trust her any longer.
Does she actively manipulate your thoughts, or?
Manipulate? Not more than she speaks to me, which is always.
She poisoning you, brother? Poisoning your mind? Is this some cancer we need to cut out?
I'm not sure cutting will get the job done. A good burning, though. Burning could certainly burn out the witch. Must burn it where there's nothing left but ash. Well, I must go. Have a great day, brother. He grabs
You as
like a
well.
coat, pulls it around himself.
And Adamar, it seems my friends have taken a liking to this stronghold idea that you had. I'll come to you with plans as soon as I can.
Don't delay. We might need a place to run sooner rather than later. He grabs a hat, puts it on, and walks out the door.
All right, I'll go back out to the homies.
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell this other one of our plan to steal the book?
No, sometimes it's not necessary for my little brother to know everything.
Yes, I agree. I was making sure you didn't. I feel the less people know about our doings, the better. So.
I feel like that's good insight, and if we don't want to use my insider within the city, then I understand. It could be a valuable resource, but it could also increase the risk. I kind of look at everybody on that.
I feel frankly that we don't need any help. I think we are all good to go. If we would like to just go and steal the thing.
Then what's the plan?
Well, someone distracts the people around, and perhaps one or two of us will enter the sites of the residents of this place, sneak into the proper room. I don't know what the residence looks like, nor where the book resides, so I cannot say exactly how we are going to get in. But I'm sure you know a way, right?
I'm gonna look at Father T. Think you could draw us a map?
Almost certainly. I, unlike you, did not drink last night, so my brain is in peak performance to do this
Is
math.
that why I have such a headache? Sharing a body is a nightmare.
I will draw, to my best knowledge, the last time I was there, a rough sketch of the Valzyre estate. I didn't pay attention to every detail of like the buildings because I was more drawn to the books always, but I know my way sort of the main passages and such.
Yeah, I mean, he gives a detailed drawing.
What are the odds they would have changed it in the amount of time you left?
Well, the city is always growing and changing. That's what happens when you get a bunch of engineers living together. But I doubt they changed it that much. Possibly though. I don't know. I haven't really been keeping tabs on them. I've been on the run.
Alright. Well, if there's no one who wishes to put in a plan, I suppose I can try my part. In which we shall go to this estate, sort of think of positioning as we arrive, and we'll just go on in.
Other T, do you have any ways to detect magical defense systems? I'd like to take another look at that before we, go in.
Yes, I believe I should be able to detect most magic emanating from the household.
Good.
If I could take
We
a
could-
look at it.
We'll put that to use right before we go in. Hopefully there's no secret sentries, lurking about. But other
I
than
do
that,
have this dust to help disappear. Perhaps, Father T, if we were to imbue this on you, you could lead the way. Would that make it easier than all of this second guessing and telling stories? Directing without it going in.
I could attempt, yes.
Well, you know, if there is some sort of magical ward, do you think it would be safe for you to enter the premises?
Nowhere in this city is safe for me. But it would depend on, I guess, the type of magical ward in place. I would have to detect the magic first before I could say for sure.
You know for sure there used to be magic alarms set at night, but not during the day.
There used to be magic alarms set nightly, not usually during the day, but who knows? It could be anything. I assume they stick to that schedule. But I've been gone a fair bit of time.
You can both turn entirely invisible and maybe be smarter to go during the day. I can blend in among the crowd and these two can cause a ruckus. But
Yes,
it's not my plan.
I just feel that if we have too many of us on the inside, things could go awry. So I think we should do a sort of tiered sneaking in, so that there are three of us that go in, and then it's sort of, say, at each doorway or perhaps a stopping point, one of us will stay to keep an eye out to warn the next group of people as they approach. So you, being the least amount of hidden, will sort of stay at the back door. Perhaps Taylum, or nope, Toril, Father T, whatever. Perhaps he should go in, a couple of rooms, and then stop and keep an eye out there, and then I can proceed all the way into the library to find the book, or some variation of that.
Father T will be able to see the book. He'll know exactly what it looks like, right, Father T?
Yes, but based off my memory, I can also describe it.
Please
Well,
do,
you guys can
in
figure that out.
exact, spare no detail.
I would like to turn this over to Garrick since he has the actual book.
Oh.
And I don't actually know what it looks like.
Said book.
It's black.
It's got a little thingy on it.
About yay size, it has a little bend on it. One might use it to mark the pages or hold the book shut, either way. Written completely in Orcish, of course. Well, I assume in Orcish.
Probably,
there
I
were
don't
some
know.
passages in common. Possibly. Orcish, maybe.
I know Orcish, so I can crack open the book if I find it to see if it's the book I'm looking for.
What was I thinking?
I can provide distraction if needed to get into the back door initially.
As well as your breaking and entering skills, Tiago.
What's the question?
I'm fairly stealthy, but I have no way of entering a building if perhaps the doors are locked or whatever.
Agreed. That's why I think it would be beneficial to go at night. It would make me a little bit more obscured. Perhaps Aiken can take watch at the main gate, somewhere
Well,
up high where he can.
if Father T is using this dust, I'm not sure how long that lasts, but I have the ability to turn you invisible for at least an hour.
Turn me invisible.
Yeah, I could. I didn't want to offer it. It's experimental technology that I don't want to throw out willy-nilly, but I'd be willing to try.
If we go at night, I believe I have maybe able to put a short stop to the alarm spell by dispelling it. Of course, if the alarm spell is there during the day, I could also dispel it. I just don't know whether or not it will be present at that time. My power is not based on whether it is day or night. It is merely science.
Trying
This
to do
is a good
heist music.
heist.
It's a
This
way.
is some good heist
Yes.
music.
Is that okay? I mean, I thought maybe it was too much.
We need a full like Ocean's 11.
It's
vibe
literally like
now.
the song's up next. Yeah.
Perhaps if we if we
All right.
take some time, I could reconfigure parts of my staff and perhaps optimize some of the powers within for stealthy mission, swapping out my spell list to choose things that might be more effective. It would take probably 8 hours, though.
Which would give it time to get dark.
People expect break-ins when it's dark. I think, strangely enough, with our magic and our abilities all working intertwined, we have a better chance to go in the afternoon.
We may, but what's the likeliness that someone will be in the library? Someone other than a guard who we wouldn't expect to be there.
In my experience, my family did not spend very much time in the library. I was really the main user. They had it more for show, I believe, to demonstrate that they had a large intellect, which of course they do not. But they like to project that they did. Perhaps they've taken up reading, but in the time that I was there, it was never really their pastime as much as it was mine.
Well,
We want to go during the day.
Perhaps now, while we continue to discuss our little plan, we could have, I don't know, perhaps Aiken go scout the whole thing out. You know, if there are guards or if there are walls we have to get past, security systems, stuff like that.
That sounds like a grand idea. I'll be back. I'll, like, get my bow and stuff ready and start packing my backpack.
Perhaps I should come with you so I could detect any magic.
If you want.
And then we'll stay here, bang out the rest of this quick plan, and we'll meet back up when you're done and get to work.
What about you, Goal? How's this distraction going to come together?
Well, if needed, I can subtly, but not so subtly, act like I'm under the influence and start bumping into folks and perhaps even start a fight.
Yes, that sounds effective.
It's been
The
a
bigger
while
the
since I've.
distraction,
It's been a while since I've actually bashed somebody in the face, and I have to admit that, considering the recent events with Tria, I have a bit of frustration pent up. With no training, no dojo, perhaps somebody has it coming.
try not to kill anybody.
Try not to
Anybody
get
has-
arrested.
Oh, well, I'll let somebody have a couple shots first. That way I don't feel completely guilty, but
Well,
We'll still need you to buy time, so don't bail as soon as you can. But stay as long as possible without getting arrested or killed.
I can try to create as much time as possible. Maybe the back door won't need it, and you guys can sneak in stealthily, and it won't be an issue.
Hopefully.
I
The
am
more
going
guards you can
to.
draw, the better.
Sorry to.
No, you're good.
I'm going to, as we're like sort of talking about this whole distraction, I wanna get some flavor in there, right? So I wanna spice up Goal's distraction to be as effective as it can be. So I'm going to be mixing a little concoction. I'll be dumping it into bottles and screwing on this little thing, and then until at the point where I get a little spritzer. And I'm gonna use my first level artificer ability to imbue one of the tiny objects on Goal's like shirt, like a button or something, or just like, and I'm gonna spritz it with just like this egregious, just straight alcohol smell. Like I want it to just like radiate in the area, so he could just really get it across.
Very nice.
Yeah, emits a sound or odor, and I want the odor to just be like straight, like ethanol, not even like alcohol, like alcohol,
Like
like
rubbing
the
alcohol.
yeah, like yeah.
All right.
Perhaps to aid in the deception.
Indeed.
As you guys are having this conversation, the other two of you arrive at the Valzyre Estates. Looking around, you see that security is much the same as it was when you last came. You see, looks to be 5 individuals making their rounds, just making sure everything's in order. Doesn't look like they're all that attentive, just kind of going about their daily routine of keeping the place safe. Though while you are standing there, you see someone come out the front door, flanked by 4 guards himself, as he makes his way down. And Toril, you would definitely recognize this as Azel, your father.
Let me stand behind you for a moment.
Okay.
Sorry about the chirping.
You're good. Azel steps out, and you see he looks over his shoulder, and he says, "Could you please clean up after that thing?" And you see sprinting out of the house a man, 2 swords at the ready, wings sprouting from his back, this sort of gnarled jaw with spiked teeth. Looks a little something like this.
Oh boy.
Sprints out and wanders onto the yard, and you see this mound of feces that he begins cleaning up.
Cleaning up like how?
He begins piling it into a bag to dispose of it.
Whoa. So like this seasoned veteran picking up dog poop?
You guess.
Not.
At which point Azel has his troops continue on, and they walk through the front gates. And he just seems, going about his daily routine as well, a little bit agitated. Walks
Well,
by you.
that's certainly new.
I try not to bring attention to us.
Doesn't notice you really.
Okay. Father, can you detect anything?
Yes, give me a second. This will take but a moment, but it must be done very carefully. I will. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take my time with this one. Perhaps we can duck into an alley over there. It might give us a bit more cover as I do this.
Smart.
I will ritually cast Detect Magic, and as I slam my staff in the ground and it opens up, it begins to spin very fast, and then it slows down a lot slower than it has been seen before. And I'm gonna sort of peer through it, carefully scanning as much as I can. I think I only have 60 feet, so I might have to move around, but
Okay. First off, this man wielding the two swords, both the swords are magical. He also wears a necklace that is magical. Outside of that, looking around the place, there are magical lanterns that glow without flame, just kind of strung about. There are a few different magical things within the house. There's a magical elevator. There's a teleportation circle that you believe was in the library last you checked. You can just sense it down there. There are a variety of other trinkets and things of magic here and there. Some of the books in the bookshelf are magical. You can sense. You just sense a general sense of many magical items from within the house.
there are many magical items, but it seems there is not an alarm cast spell currently cast. I suspect it will be different at nighttime, but for this moment, it is clear.
That's good news. Is
Whoever
there,
that man is over there, he seems to have quite a few magic items on him.
the two-sworded guy with the wings?
That is the one cleaning up the feces.
Yeah, I made.
Is that
I'm gonna wander by. I'm gonna kind of not completely drunk looking, but kind of stumbling a little bit. I'm gonna wander by and just kind of walk up to that thing. Oh, what are you doing?
You
Ugh,
you try and
sounds
enter the
awful.
gate to get to him.
Oh, there's a gate.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gonna walk up to the gate and just be like, "Oh, it smells awful. What is that?" I'm gonna hang over the gate a little bit.
He hisses at you and says, "Mind your own business, drunkard."
Oh well, I guess it's not my business, but it kind of is my business because it smells so bad. I'm gonna act like I'm gonna puke. It's bad.
He just ignores you. Continues on his work.
I think we should avoid that two-sworded. Oh, is that gold over there?
I'm gonna kind of watch him for a second and then kind of stumble back off a little bit, kind of having planted the seed that I'm this drunken idiot that's walking around.
All right. He glances over as you're walking away. Seems glad that you're leaving.
Are there any easy way ins, Father T? Is there any loose gates, any secret entrances that you knew about? Something that we wouldn't have to cut the gate?
Good question. I defer to Logan.
What was the question? Sorry.
Any
Are there
secret
any,
entrances?
or alternate entrances than the front gate?
To get within the gate, no, there's just one gate. But the house has multiple entrances. There are 3 different doors. One is like a straight back door that leads to the kitchen, which is the one that you were kind of planning on. There's the main entryway that leads into like a sitting area, and then there's a side door that leads into a greenhouse type area where there are a bunch of plants and things.
What's the gate like? Is it super tall, iron bars?
It's iron bars. It's not that tall, 10 feet, and they do kind of like hook outwards at the top. So there's like a little bit of, if you were to try and climb it, it would be a little bit more difficult.
Right. How thick are the bars?
Not so thick.
Like a forearm? Could bolt cutters cut them?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. Or a makeshift bolt cutter, I suppose, if such a thing exists.
Yeah. You certainly don't have one.
Maybe.
They look like thick enough to where bending them would be a pain, but not so thick as you couldn't, get through them.
Right. Well, Father T, I think we should head back. I think we should try to cut the bars on maybe the entrance closest to the door you want to get in through, and then just go into the house from there. I think that's the best plan of action. Maybe talk to Tiago's contact to see if he has any tools of any kind like that.
I agree. You have a mind for a heist, Aiken.
Thank you. And you have an eye for traps? I don't know. Let's go.
Okay. You all reconvene. Gold, do you head back as well?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay. You're all back. You notice that Gold smells just horrible.
Like the poop or the alcohol?
The alcohol.
Maybe both at this point. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't
Kinda rough,
interact with the poop.
No.
You're just like,
I'm only going
"Hear
to
it."
fall into the poop in desperation.
In desperation, so they won't touch you.
Just gotta commit to
So
the
what'd you
bed.
find? Did you get a count on the guards or any traps?
We did not detect any new traps, at least none magical in nature. We did see a new guard I did not recognize with 2 swords and a magic necklace, seemingly cleaning some feces of a large creature. That is also unfamiliar to me.
Definitely a beast of a warrior.
The creature or the guard?
Probably both. But
Both.
definitely the guard. We need to get in contact with your local contact to see if he has any form of fence cutter or iron trimmer.
All right. I'm sure he'll have some intel we could use. We need a plan B. What if you go in there and the book is gone? It's not on the shelf where you expected it to be. Then what?
I believe if I can have 8 hours, I could reconfigure my staff to detect the temporal waves left behind by the book and possibly track them, casting, in essence, locate objects.
Did you say 8 hours?
Oh, I could have it prepared before we went. I would just need 8 hours between then and now to do so.
I mean, frankly, I think we have a pretty solid foundation already, Everything else just seems like a bit overkill at this point. I feel like we are sufficiently prepared.
There is no overkill when it comes to my family.
There's certainly no such thing as overplanning.
If that book's not there, then we've done it for nothing and we need to get out of there. No ad-libbing and winging it, as it were, that usually ends poorly.
Look, of course, but sitting here for 8 hours when we could instead go and commit the heist in mere minutes.
We could, I mean, we certainly could go right now. But
What's the rush?
Look, I have like 6 different spells and abilities that could get me in and out of a house or any location with a book in my possession. I'm not too worried. If we have a general sense of a plan, which we do. We just have a lot going on. Figured we shouldn't waste too much time on one thing.
And the sooner we get the book, the sooner we can
Get working.
save those people in Trio. It's not my call. I prefer working at night, but again, not up to me.
Dr. Siegfried, how do you propose navigating the gate then?
The gate?
Yeah.
How spacious is it between the bars?
Not at all.
Not spacious. Let's see. Well,
like maybe 6 inches between bars.
Let's see.
That's the problem, is that you don't know. We simply just have to get more intel. I do understand your sense of haste, but there's really no sense in rushing. I mean, think about the consequences. If we get caught, you may be able to disappear, but we can't. Especially not Father T.
May I offer a suggestion? If I were to get my hands on 25 gold pieces of rare mineral, I'm sure I could find it somewhere within the city, I could possibly attempt to push time backwards through my staff, thus letting me ask one question to my future self, essentially casting the spell divination. This may be able to tell us or give us some clue as to whether or not our current plan is sound or we should wait.
It's a pretty good
fucking
idea,
incredible.
It is not perfect technology. It is very likely I will only get a short phrase from my future conscience.
How long is this taking you? Well, you have to go find materials.
It will take 6 seconds after I find these 25 gold pieces of rare minerals.
I don't know that diamond I gave you.
That I can configure to bring someone back to life. Different.
Maybe more important. Well, while you do
what
that,
is it precisely?
I will go.
25 of what? 25 gold worth of what?
Great question. The spell actually just says incense and a sacrificial offering appropriate to your religion together with at least 25 gold pieces, which the spell consumes. But I was just reflavoring that as a rare mineral that I could sort of crush up and feed to the void.
I just ask because theoretically I could turn materials into other materials, but gold cost is a matter. So just if it's, you know.
Perhaps you could turn 25 gold pieces into this material.
That is well, that would depend how Logan feels about the scenario.
I mean, it's not increasing the value of it.
Yeah.
So I would say yes.
It says as an action you can touch a non-magical object. So, and maybe instead of like a gold piece, I could just do like a purse full of 25 gold.
Yeah.
And I can touch that as an object. Yeah, and turn that into something else.
Sure. Yes, I just need something the same weight as 25 gold.
Wait, well, what's the material you're after?
Triven Pfeifen.
So,
are you familiar?
No. Should anyone?
You are. It's very, very rare.
Do you know that perhaps how elementally, like where it stands on the table of elements, perhaps?
Yes, I could describe that to you.
The electrons and whatnot. What that whole thing is?
I believe I could make a rough sketch of a diagram of electrons, a shell diagram, if you will.
Okay, let's try this out. We'll put some gloves on and goggles and start. I'm gonna open that weird book of metals and twisted. It smells like weird chemical-y, and as I flip it open, I'm gonna say, what did you say the medal was called?
Triven Pfeifen.
I'm surprised you remembered. Okay, alright, look, there's actually a chapter on it here in the tome. Apparently it's particularly powerful with alchemical properties and the like. Alright, so I will turn this bag of gold coins.
Do you have a bag of gold coins? Because I only have 21 gold coins.
Oh, well, I guess I could. Will you give me your 21, or would you like me to just?
I will give you 21 gold
Alright,
coins.
and then I'll put 4 of my own into the mix. This is it's a little awkward, but yes, I guess I'll. I am down to 2,195 now.
Now those were my last coins. So
Yeah, well,
just so we know, I will be broke from now on. But it's okay. I'm here to live a life of poverty and escape my life of privilege.
well, you can take it with you. You know, when's the last time you saw someone being buried with their belongings? You can't take it with you. So, anyways, So, I'll go through the line between weird dark magic and alchemy is very blurred in this process as I begin reciting from the tome and like in some weird combination of languages. And part of the process, despite like changing it physically, from chemically from the inside, its atoms rearranged, it also involves like I'm gonna draw like an arcane circle around the bag and like weird lines around it that like move, and it's a weird dark magic ritual that also is a bit artificer as well. So
As he does that, I'm going to be like giving him advice, knowing nothing about what he's doing. Just like, oh no, it should be more green than that. Uh, much denser, much denser. This is not looking correct at all.
did you say it needs to be denser?
Denser.
Would you like to?
Yes.
How would you possibly be able to tell that from the distance at which you are standing?
I am very familiar with Triben Pfeifen. It is a key component to this staff.
Don't believe that anyone is familiar with Triven Pfeifen. I'll try my best.
Vincent seems to be.
And I was gonna say, do I have to roll anything? But I'm just gonna use the alchemical compendium. Use the ability to change it.
Not a problem. You make some Triven Pfeifen.
Everyone's favorite Triven Pfeifen.
All right. That looks about correct. Here, and I grab it from you. It's sort of a powdery material, very dense, denser than it would seem when you pick it up. You like grab it, and you're like, "Wow, that's dense."
How
But
dense?
It seems powdery, so I'll use both hands to pick it up. And then I'll set it down and realize I need one hand to operate the staff. So I will slam the staff open. I will take like a pouch or something and scoop it up in there, and straining, I will dump it in to the sort of breach on the inside. And at first nothing seems to happen, but then all of a sudden I will cast divination, and it will be like this bright white flash that emanates, and sort of like a seismic charge from Star Wars.
Hell
So that same
yeah.
sort of effect, which is like bright white. As it hits me in particular, my head just gets thrown back, and like my hair is going wild, and my eyes just become possessed by white. And the spell says, your magic in an offering you put in contact with a god or god's servants. You ask a single question concerning the specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply. The reply might be a short phrase, cryptic rhyme, or an omen. The spell does not take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells or the loss of or gain of a companion. So I will ask myself in the future, after we've already completed the current plan, whether or not leaving now and just sort of winging it is successful.
Whew, that's tough to say. Your future self like looks at you and says, "Fear the Hydra. Bring your full strength."
And this seems like an eternity inside of my head, but in reality, it is only 6 seconds. I feel like I've spent several years in communication, although I've only heard this one line. And I drop out and I sort of drop to my knees, spent, as that was my only 4th level spell slot.
Goodbye.
Ah,
Yeah.
I got only one phrase.
You-
Fear the Hydra. Bring your full strength. I was not aware my family had a Hydra. This changes things.
Is it a Hydra?
Yes, he very clearly said Hydra.
And by he, you mean yourself, right?
Yes, although
Which
I
you
was referring.
spoke to from the future, and he delivered
Yes.
a cryptic phrase. It's all. It's a lot. I was not aware of such bounds in magic or technology, but here we are. So what does that mean?
Logan, am I present to hear this as well? Are we all
Yeah.
hanging out watching this?
Sure.
I think I might know what it means. When I eavesdropped on my brother earlier, there was a member of your family there. Some woman. I think her name was not Callie. It was
Health.
what was it? Cal was her
It was a third Callie.
name.
The young witch.
Adamar called her Cal. She mentioned something about a Hydra, some type of interspecies creation, some type of hybrid of monsters. She wouldn't be keeping that in her home, would she?
It would explain the feces. Clearly, there is a factor to this heist that we have not considered.
Mm-hmm.
And that is related to feces.
The Hydra. We will clearly encounter it at some point over this heist.
Pretty clutch divination spell.
Yeah, that probably saved us some panicking in the future.
Aren't hydras large creatures? Where would a hydra stay within the confine? Like gesture to the map, like where? It's a library and a kitchen. Where would you hide a hydra?
Well, to be fair, there
Do I
are
have
many,
any-
many other rooms in the building.
Do I have any idea where a Hydra might be located? Just like if I were going to put a Hydra in the house, where would I do it?
So the library is like the basement, and it has like its flooring is replaced by the actual like tensor's disc. So you think that that might be like the safest place to have a Hydra. I mean, there's also like the yard, the grounds would probably be an okay place to have a Hydra, but you're not sure how like, people would probably not be okay with walking by and seeing a Hydra.
Right.
So, you're,
Homeowners association.
yeah, right. It's going to kill the property value in the area.
Right.
You think that it would either be within the room of the library or on the grounds, probably. The greenhouse would be another option, but then you're really risking, it destroying the greenhouse.
As opposed to destroying the library. Unfortunately, I think it is likely within the room of the library itself. Otherwise, it is somewhere on the grounds, but then it would risk people seeing it and such. And
You're also surprised that they're able to keep it like quiet enough. Like you think that a Hydra probably may be making some noise.
it is very interesting.
Well, in my mind, that does not change much. We had to sneak past people or other. I mean, we had to sneak past people to begin with. Now we just have to account for a very large guard dog. to sneak past as well. Perhaps we could stick closer together in case things go awry involving the Hydra.
I agree. I clearly said to myself, bring your full strength. And I think that means we must all stick together.
And even if you're invisible, animals have some other sense. They could smell you and know you're there.
And so perhaps we should bring someone else in to cause the distraction, and we all should sneak inside.
Yet another reason for me to visit my contact.
Actually, come to think of it, Tiago, do you have any tools for thievery on your person?
None that I would think would aid this mission specifically. I've got some smoke grenades and
Oh.
a grappling hook.
Would you
Might not
mind
be
if
over
you,
defense, but
could you pick some up from this contact? Talking like lockpicks and, you know, bolt
I
cutters.
do have that as well. That's kind of
Can't-
a given.
Can't your thing become like any tool?
Oh, right, I forgot about that. That's a good. Actually, I have two different abilities, one from Eduguide and one from my class, to magically create a set of tools. So never mind. I'm going to do that instead.
Okay.
So you just make nice.
Never mind.
All right, so
Sorry.
we need a distraction then. At the very least, we need that.
I have
I'm gonna
a
go
steel defender,
find my guy.
but that's about it. I could rig my steel defender with the sounds of a bomb and make everyone think that it's like a bomb threat.
Maybe.
Bomb threats are
see what he has in
notoriously
store.
good at scaring individuals, right? Distracting them, you would say?
How are we gonna get that smell off of gold then? If we don't need it anymore.
Oh, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Logan,
I won't worry
I think
about
I
it.
would only want to. Sorry, I keep interrupting. I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh, it was just a quip.
We are a quippy bunch.
I think I'd only want to go see my contact if I was like pretty confident that him and I were like kind of loyal friends almost. Like, you know what I mean? Like we've worked together in the past. I don't want to tell him what our plans are if I think there's any reason he might go tell somebody else and then just blow the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Roll a percentile die.
Okay. 00 and a 7. So I think I roll a 7.
If there's one thing you know about this guy is that if someone offered him a gold, 2 gold, he would spill every dirty secret you ever told him. He is the least trustworthy guy you know. But he's really good at finding things and helping you out, but you would not trust him as far as you can throw him. And you can't throw him far. That's not saying he can't be a useful asset, but it could be an issue if you tell him anything or show him anything that he could use for either a monetary or other advantage.
I'm gonna like convey this to Aiken and Goal. It's kind of quietly like, look, I don't know if I can trust him to not, tell others of our plan. If we went, we'd probably owe him a favor or two. If we expected him to do some type of diversion or have others do it,
I'm sure
it would involve more risk.
we shouldn't ask much of him. Even if then, do we even need tools from him with the tool that we have that Dr. Siegfried has?
Tools, no, but if there's really a Hydra down there, we need to all be together. If a fight breaks out with a creature like that, we're going to need to pull those guys out. I don't want Goal over there fighting random guards by himself. He should be next to us.
Right. I think we could probably come up with our own form of distraction. This guy doesn't seem like he's worth the trouble. Sounds like he'd be useful if we were just getting tools, but to ask a favor.
Yeah, let's stay out of it. Yeah, I'll turn to Siegfried and say, what can you do with the robot? Perhaps he would be a good distraction. He needs to be able to adapt to a situation, though.
This, he that's a good point. I feel like I can give him orders that are pretty vague, and he can keep up with the situation.
Are you comfortable with losing him or having him be destroyed? That's in the cards.
Yes, I have absolutely no sentimental connection to him. He's a piece of metal. I don't think he can't talk, he has no personality, so trust me, I've run the numbers in my head a couple of times in case I needed to ditch him in a quick moment, which has not come yet, luckily. The other one has a name for him, but I think that's rather dangerous. I cannot find a stat block goddamn anywhere. Where is that ability? Okay. It's... So it only says it only mentions the function in combat, but I can use my bonus action to issue commands to it in combat, so I figure perhaps
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can tell it like make
go
some
run
noise and
around
then
and
run away,
yeah, exactly.
but it won't be thinking.
Yeah.
It's like
And
you said, a
then
robot.
so when it is not given a command, which if I'm far away from it, I can't give him a command. He simply takes the dodge action. So like he'll be tricky to catch. I have faith it'll go well. And if that's the plan, then I have 4 different aspects that I could put onto this dude with my magical tinkering. So I would like to do that. In the terms of, I would like to make a very loud alarm sound. So all of these are just going to be like little buttons that I like weld onto his body to like as a makeshift thing here. So I'd like to make him shed red light. I would like to make blinking red lights with one of them. I'd like to make the sound of a siren with the other. I can make one visual appearance up to 25 words. I would like a big blinking danger symbol on him. I don't know, what else can I do to absolutely
I think that gets the point across.
sound or odor?
Have it say like the name of like one of the members of the family or
Oh
something.
my
Something
god,
to-
it's a direct
something to like draw
threat.
people out. Like I don't know. Like I guess we don't want to like push people in to have them slam the gates. We want them to like come out and be like, stop that thing. You know what I mean? Like we need to pull them away from the base.
If
Oh,
they could
so I
say danger, Hydra.
so do you want me to
Or
make
even
do you
like
want me to make him a bomb?
message for and then the person's name or something, and just have it keep say like screaming super loud message for this person. And maybe it'll draw them all out, and that'll give us time to
Alright,
like an R2 unit that just won't show the message.
Can it be any sound?
yes, I have 6 seconds of audio we can record onto this creature.
Perhaps it should be my voice.
Ooh.
It's a good idea.
That would likely draw them out. Although
So-
it would also clue them into the fact that I am nearby. It is
involved, yeah.
No, I think that's a very good idea. Perhaps I'll try to not make it look like he is an active bomb then, and more perhaps a messenger or
Yeah. An
conduit
obnoxious
of this
messenger.
voice. So, you have 6 seconds. Go ahead and I'm like gonna tap some wires together and spark, and I'm gonna go.
Wait. What if you gave me all 6 seconds and I told them to meet me somewhere outside of the city?
Yeah, I believe they can trigger
Is
at a
that-
certain discretion. 'Cause, 'discretion. 'Cause, 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 'Cause
Does it repeat?
Yeah, so whenever it's tapped by a creature, which would be himself pressing these buttons, um, it can emit a recorded message that can be heard up to 10 feet away, and it can be no more than 6 seconds long.
So it's a very quiet message.
It is a bit quieter than I am.
You'll have to have him like at the doorstep.
That's fine.
Why don't we
Run
just
to the gate. Like,
send him
well, if, that's the thing. If like a guard hears it and he's like, it's something for the Lord, whatever. Then they might go get the next guard, and then they might get the next guard, and they might get
Maybe we'll save one of the buttons to be like messenger bot, like have that on him as instead. So people see that and go, hey, why is that messenger robot standing around? And then they. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to instead replace the big red blinking danger sign to a nice friendly font that says like message bot. And then it's got a little logo, something nice and friendly and official that looks like a real business maybe. And then 18 seconds of recording is that good enough for you to work with, Father?
That can work. Yes.
Let's
just
pull up a timer.
Immediately before we start doing this, I am going to cast Thaumaturgy to try and I don't know if it specifically does this, but I want it to sort of modify my voice so I sound more like normal Toro than old man
Yes.
Toro.
Okay, that's fine. All right, are you ready?
Take one. I'm gonna hold up the 2 wires up to his face. I'm gonna give him
ready.
Hold on, I'm looking up their names. All right, I'm good.
3, 2, 1, go.
A message for. Fuck. Can
You
I
want
start
me
over?
to do? Yes, we'll do it again. All right. Take two.
That was 7 seconds.
Oh man.
Go.
What is the carnivorous plant part of district? What is the official name for that? The old district?
Factory district.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
A message for Azel, Miram, Martov, and Kaltha. Your son is coming home. Come alone. The old factory district. Now, we must speak.
So that could we fit that perhaps on like 2 different?
That was 11.45 seconds. So yes, you could fit it within
2 different buttons there. It's prototype CT7652. You're going to have to press the buttons one after another, time it correctly. You'll get the point. We have one more object to imbue this thing with. Do we have any recommendations on how to get attention further?
A bright flashing light, perhaps?
That's all. Everybody loves bright flashing lights. I'll put up.
Wow, look at that light. It's bright and flashing.
I'm going to put a bright flashing light on it.
Okay.
One to like turn it on and one to turn it off, so he has to constantly press it if he wants to.
Great.
Because that's how that works on the ability, so it'll work.
Sounds good.
And this little like cylinder of a robot with his spider legs and his one hand dangling out the side. I say, all right, so you know the drill. He's gonna unfocus and unfocus his lens. All right. Yes, so he understands. Already on this end. Look, doesn't this look official? And you can see his little messenger bot logo on the front. It looks like I'd answer that message.
So are we going during the day? We're gonna go like right now. Is that right?
I believe so.
I'm ready.
Yeah, me as well.
What's our plan? Are we all going in together, basically, like as a clump? or are we just gonna go one at a time, sneaking through after this distraction goes?
We should stick together.
All right, let's just keep it simple.
We should stick
So
together,
distraction will go off.
but make a marching order. Keep
Okay.
keep a very precise placement of everyone. Make sure no one is out of step. We don't want to lose each other.
Sounds good to me. I say let's do it. So I'm gonna pick the lock on the front gate essentially, and then we're going to just open it enough for our bodies to pass through after this alarm's going off. Go straight to the kitchen and area, back door, and then down to the library is the goal. Sound good? All right, let's do it. Let's try it.
No time like the present.
Okay. You all make yourselves, move yourselves towards the Valzyre Estates here once again. You see the same guards moving around. Doesn't look like there's been a shift change since you guys were last here. You do see the more heavy-handed, double-sworded gentleman is no longer there. Seems to have gone inside, probably. What would you like to do?
We should station ourselves around the area so as not to seem like we're going to rush in as soon as we leave.
Right. What's the area look like outside the gate? Is it like, what's it look like? What do the people look like? Stuff like that.
I mean, it's definitely a nice area in the center of town here. There are lots of people going about their daily routines. A lot of them look like they're in a hurry. It's like just before lunch, so probably people like going out and getting lunch, going back to work, that kind of thing. No one really catches your eye as anything, super out of the ordinary, especially as someone from the cities who think this is relatively normal. The rest of you might find it a little out of place, but other than that, there's, a series of streets and alleyways. The place is constructed very I guess grid-like, so you basically get like a street at every interval, and buildings in between, alleyways cutting both directions.
I'm just gonna find a place that I can station up within line of sight of the gate, and just wait, basically. And before we go, I'd like to do my whole gray man thing, where I just kind of change my clothes to some generic street guy who just looks like a nobody.
Okay.
As you don your sort of your camouflage, your outfit of a normal dude, I'm gonna put up my hood on the cloak that I have infused and tap a couple buttons at my wrist to sort of fade into the background behind me. And I will put up the hood on my cloak of elven kind, giving me
Very nice.
Advantage on stealth and giving others disadvantage on perceiving me.
Fantastic. The rest of you doing anything?
Are you attempting to break in the front gate?
Was the plan, wasn't it?
Are you confident that you are able to break in
Pretty confident.
efficiently? I also am able to, in case.
Well, at least let me have a crack at it. And if it doesn't go well, then you're runner-up.
Okay, if you say so. Don't get caught.
Are there any guards positioned by this front gate?
Just the 5 that are making like loops, their typical trek through the yard here. There's no one like actually at the gate. Are you?
Yeah.
Are you infiltrate? Are you beginning the, Iron Defender strategy?
What's everyone else doing? Just positioning up?
Yeah, I'm sort of like at the far end away from the house a bit to give like sort of some distance to make it seem like we're not all a clump,
Just waiting at the door. Yeah.
waiting for the signal.
Is there any one of us that is particularly not stealthy? Are we all kind of good at sneaking?
I think it might be you two, and you can be invisible. So
Yeah, and I can turn someone else invisible if needed. So that's what I was wondering.
I think
guess if
both
everyone's close enough.
Goal and I are dexterous, so
Cool.
I would say we're both good.
Okay. So you releasing the messenger bot?
Do it, Siegfried.
Yeah, I'm gonna like sort of crouch behind him in the alley, and I'm gonna say, "All right, go out there, look professional, alert some attention, perhaps. Press the button," and I'm gonna give him like the rundown of the buttons to press,
Okay.
and I'll turn him around and just kind of push him out, and he continues his way with his spidery legs out to the out front in front of the estate.
Okay. You immediately see this light begin spinning on top of him. And almost instantly, one of the guards looks over, like perplexed, and moves up toward it just as it begins hitting buttons illustrating its purpose. And the guard like looks shocked immediately, and just runs straight to the front door of the main building here,
Uh,
knocking vigorously on it.
Standing in that same like sort of alleyway behind Tiago, I'm like, oh boy, I hope that was this is not. I hope this is not bad.
As he just begins knocking vigorously, the doors open, and you see within another of what looks to be the Valzyres, dressed in like blue and gold robes, looks out and like it's clear that the guard is explaining the situation to him, and he just takes a couple of like quick steps forward and like examines this messenger bot for a second. He seems like interested and then moves forward, and after hearing what it has to say, runs back in the house as well. It's only a matter of time before you see two other Valzyres, both these women, one being Kalth, who you'd seen pretty well. I suppose only Adamar had seen him, or only Adamar and Tiago rather had seen her, and then also an older woman who you assume is the mother of, you guess, at very least, Kalth. So they sprint out. The three of them are all like confused and gathering things together, and with them come six guards, and they walk up and listen to the message and immediately like step out as if they're going to pursue this.
Like they're leaving the.
Yes, with their six
Is
guards.
there only one gate? There's only one gate leading in, isn't there?
Yep.
And they're coming out the gate that we're positioned at, essentially.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right.
They begin moving out and they're like talking amongst themselves, like in sort of hushed tones, a little bit of like mixture of confusion and excitement, and wondering what this might lead to. And they all gather together, and one of them makes a gesture with his hand, and you see they all disappear.
I'm gonna move to the gate.
Go 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 go.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to the gate. I don't know how much time we have, so I'm gonna go
Okay.
try to pick the lock if they locked it.
Moving over toward the gate, it seems to like automatically lock when it closes. Go ahead and do you try and pick it? You said.
I think so. Yeah.
Go ahead
Depending
and
on what it looks
roll.
like. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll for your thieves tools. Are you proficient?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm an expert in. Yeah.
Oh, Dex plus
So
expertise.
I got a 28 total.
Okay, 28. Yeah, not a problem at all. It's definitely not a gate that is, super well locked or anything. You're able to easily manipulate it, like lift a bar from the like this side through the through a hole, the between the bars. You just lift that up and creak it open a bit. All of your friends scuttling forward.
Yeah, I kind of want to do it discreetly. Like I just kind of like walk up and just kind of like almost like not even looking a little bit, and then just kind of like opening it like nonchalantly a little, just like not missing a step almost.
All right. What is the order in which you enter?
I'm gonna fall in right behind Tiago.
Okay.
I'll be right in the back since I've got, the thing, the bow.
The other two of you.
I'll go dead middle then.
All right.
If that's okay.
Goal that puts you second to the back. As you all wander in one after another, you do see a guard like turn the corner and like look up, surprised, seeing you all standing here.
Hold person.
Okay. Is that a con save?
Wisdom save, I believe.
12. If it is wisdom.
That will not pass.
Okay. You see, like, he just instantly locks up.
I'm gonna dash over there and actually I'm gonna slap Goal and say, put him down, but don't kill him. And we're gonna, I don't know.
Okay, Goal, do you take this order?
Yeah, I'll run up and try to render him unconscious through maybe like a chokehold or something like that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll strength. Well, actually, I guess he is held currently. So just go ahead and roll a strength check. See if you're able to put him out.
It's probably a lot easier to choke a guy if he's not moving.
He's just like,
Natural 20.
Oh.
Pop his
You
head
just
off.
kind of like cut off the windpipe, and a few seconds later, you feel him go as limp as you can be when you're currently paralyzed.
I let go of hold person when I see this.
You see it just like kind of tumbles in your hands, Goal.
I'm gonna bind his hands and his feet behind his back, and I'm gonna kind of hog tie him to where I'm gonna bind his hands and feet, and then I'm gonna tie his hands and feet together with his legs bent.
Okay, where do you put him?
Gag him as well if he wakes up.
Throw him in the bag, and I'm gonna open my bag.
Oh my god!
We'll dump him inside so that he's not out in the open.
Honestly,
chuck him in the bag.
Yeah,
that's.
Don't ask questions. Throw him in the bag.
Aiken, go ahead and roll me a perception check as you're in the back here, sort of trying to keep a lookout as best you can.
We think we're being stealthy. There's like a group of guards watching us. Just throw him in the bag.
Not again. Like, you just took Ricky. Like.
24.
All right. Aiken, you do see what looks to be like boy in his like early teens was like walking out of an alley and just turns around, like pretending like he didn't see anything, and just starts walking.
Like
he's like looking over his shoulder. No, he's outside the gate. He just walked down an alley, looked up, and saw through the bars of the gate that you guys were like throwing a guy into a bag, and he just turns around.
Well, I definitely relayed this information.
Yeah, you guys all see him now that Aiken like points him out. He like is
boy.
picking up his pace a little bit. He's not a little boy. He's a young teen, 13, maybe 14.
Literally Breaking Bad scene.
Yeah, you're Todd.
Clock is ticking, gentlemen. You should go invisible. I like gesture to the two that maybe are the least sneaky, the wizardy guys.
Right.
Hey, does anyone want to go deal with that?
Question.
Kid, let's move.
Hold on.
He's gonna go talk shit.
He's just a kid. No one's gonna believe him.
Is he within 120 feet?
Oh yeah.
I will cast message.
Go ahead.
I will say, child, you speak of this to no one.
Speak of what, sir?
The Valsires will have your what you have seen here today.
Oh, I swear I didn't see nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Good boy. And I end the connection.
You see, like, immediately, like, just, like, looks over his shoulder again and just starts running.
All right, I took care of it. Let's go this way.
All right, no questions
I
asked.
certainly hope.
All right. You're going around to the back door of the main building?
As we go around to the back door, you can see that Siegfried's getting a little anxious of this whole. We've already been spotted twice, so I'm gonna sort of inadvertently shove my way in front of Tiago because I'm just a little controlling over the whole situation. So I'm gonna handle it myself.
All right, everyone, roll stealth checks.
I do also have disadvantage against being seen specifically, so if that is a thing later.
23.
Wow.
7 for you, Father T.
Got a 21. I'm gonna say to Father or Siegfried as he kind of gets in front of me, I'm gonna kind of grab him by the wrist and say, "If anyone else gets seen, you need to make them invisible. Understood?"
Then no one will get seen.
Roll your stealth checks.
12.
14.
21.
Okay.
7.
All right. So as you guys round the corner here, you see there's a guard sitting like on the steps leading up to the back door, and he just like looks over, and as he does, he like seems to see Father T at very least. As you guys kind of all like tuck back behind the building, trying to avoid his sight, Father T like just stands there, and he just makes eye contact with you.
As he's just standing there, I'm gonna like reach around the corner and poke Father T, and I'm gonna cast invisibility on him so that the two are just looking at each other, and then Father T just vanishes in front of him.
Who's that? Show yourself. He like stands up, pulling a pike out. Looks like some sort of polearm weapon.
What's the terrain in this? Is it like the bed? Is it what kind of room?
This is still outside. So this is just as you're like turning around the back of the building, you see this man sitting on the steps, like leading to the back door. So just flat grass. Hey, I already warned you once, and I won't do it again. Show yourself.
I grab whoever's shoulder in front of me. Do we kill him?
He starts like
The
walking.
Ugle.
I, with my invisibility, I'll just walk up to him and just hit him with my staff. And as I do, he freezes in time as I cast Hold Person once again.
Okay.
I will say the invisibility immediately dissipates due to you casting a spell.
To hit him. Oh.
As he locks up in place, and you become visible. You see his eyes like jerking around. What is this? Witchcraft.
Go. Quickly.
I'm gonna.
Already 2-second level spell slots down.
And I'm down a second level, so it's not a profitable heist we've got going here.
This is the only guy between us and the door, right?
Yes.
To the house. Yeah.
I'm gonna run to the door
Yeah.
while you guys deal with that.
Yeah, as soon as he's locked up, I think I'd break cover and go bind him.
Okay. Walking up, you bind him. What do you do with the body?
Throw him in the bag. Throw him in the bag. We'll deal with it later.
Yeah, I put him in the bag.
Okay. Toss him in the bag. He's
Throw him in the
now.
bag.
They breathe in there.
For like, yeah, it'll be fine. Get inside.
Stop! He's like screaming.
Get
as
the
best he can.
goddamn bag.
I'm gonna gut punch him and then, duck him in.
Okay.
Better than what I had in mind.
Killing is
Move
distasteful.
quickly.
And I'm gonna
They'll be fine.
pull out a like a little like what looks to be just like a metal cylinder, and as I like snap it, it'll like evolve and split apart and like telescope into like a full thieves kit, and I'm gonna start going to town on the back door.
Okay.
You see if it was
forward.
unlocked.
It
I'm
is
gonna-
locked.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna shake the
Making
knob.
sure, yeah. Always
Go
good
ahead.
check.
Roll for that thieves' tools check.
I too get double proficiency with tools.
I'd like to. While he does that, I want to do another perception check.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception.
Do I add dexterity to it?
Dex, yeah.
Dex, and my proficiency is going to be +7, so 22.
Okay. 22. This lock definitely more formidable. It almost has like some deadbolt elements, like you can't really access the core lock through this way, so you have to like finagle it through and find the spot, and you'll have to like break the door frame slightly to do it. Are you willing to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, you pop it through. You see like a piece of wood break off as the door comes free.
16 on the perception.
A 16 on perception. Looking around, no one else is immediately in view. You do see that there are like some lights on in some of the other houses around, but no one visible at least.
Nice. Okay. Looks like we're clear.
And then I'm gonna push the way in then.
Or you open the door, making your way into the house, and it opens immediately into this grandiose kitchen that actually has like a small dining table. Like you assume that's not their like formal dining area, but you know, if you're just like maybe eating a snack or eating breakfast or something, they have laid out. It's actually connected to the like central, almost island like bar that they have as part of the kitchen as well. And you see sitting there a female figure that you recognize as Callie Lallen.
She's
Oh.
just chilling. So it's like all of us just looking at her.
You just let you all like, make your way in.
from the biker gang, Callie.
Oh, Callie from that. Yes, that Callie.
Yeah.
She's not a member of the Riders, but yes.
Right, but she was down there with. Yeah.
Mhm.
She's not the witch that he's referring to. She's working with the Sky Witch.
A virtuoso lich.
But she's the one that is in his head.
Oh, fuck.
Remember, she was using the boneyard to like access him, as you did briefly also. She just like looks up when she sees you all. Guess I'd better be going.
Yes, and I'm gonna start hucking bodies out of the bag.
Glances down, just like makes her way past you, and like looks at the broken door frame.
Keep quiet about this, Callie.
Mum's the word.
I'm gonna
we
get
need
a good.
to frame this,
I'll look at
man.
her.
What'd you say, Tiago?
We need to what? Nothing. Go ahead, Will. What'd you say?
I was just going to say that we need to restrain the second man because hold person will wear off soon.
Tiago did.
Yeah, I tied him up.
Are they making any noise at all?
The first guy is still unconscious, so he's not. The second guy is trying hard to make noise, but he's still speaking faltingly due to his paralysis.
Does he have anything in his mouth?
No, you can gag him if you'd like.
Yeah, I will. I'll like put his head to the ground and like with my boot on his head, pull the rope in his mouth to really tighten it.
Okay.
Father, do you think you could direct us to the library while you mend this back door?
Yes, absolutely. It's just through there.
He points to like an off-shooting door to the right that leads to a set of stairs that you can see through a glass pane on the front of the door.
Can I also mention that I just have Proteus in that little animal carrier thing, so he's been on my chest this entire time?
Yep.
Just so he's included.
And then Aiken or Gold perhaps could stay here, manage the witnesses.
Oh, I'd love to. And I pull out my war pick.
That killing is distasteful. Just remember, Tiago, come with me.
I won't kill him.
And
What
then
about the Hydra? We're supposed to stick together.
We'll call up if there's a Hydra, and then I'm gonna go to the stairs.
Okay.
Follow Siegfried.
As the instant you crack the door, you feel as though you're breaking some sort of seal. And in that moment, you hear...
I'm gonna shut the door.
It silences immediately. There's some sort of charm preventing sound from escaping this lower area.
Oh.
Alright, maybe we should throw the guards in here after all.
Can Could we hear that in the room? Or
Yeah. When he opened the door, you could hear it from there.
Yeah.
okay.
I say we all go in quickly, close the door behind us, bring the guards, leave them in the stairwell.
Honestly, just put them back in the bag so it's faster. It'll be so much more work to.
All right, let's not talk about it. Let's do it. We don't have time.
Back.
What
Get in
about
the
this
fuck!
guy?
Get in the bag!
What about the what?
What about Callie?
I think we just
Yeah,
let her
that's a good
leave.
question.
Callie just walked out. She's like,
We have too
Yeah.
much on our
Just-
plate to talk to Callie right now.
We just let her walk out after all of us walk in there.
I think we did.
unless you didn't go.
No, we didn't. I grab her and restrain her.
Oh boy.
She like looks at you.
You can try. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Why would we just
Yeah.
walk out?
Because
Well,
she wasn't.
That's a
What
good
we're
question. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I
We're
mean,
neutral.
Tiago wants to kill her, but
She is very bad.
I don't have as close a relationship as you guys do with her.
You
Well,
grab her. She
maybe I'm confused. I mean, am I thinking wrong or?
I don't think you're
No, I
confused. I
mean-
think you're just really bad at heists.
Yeah, because
No, I mean, I think you're right. Tim,
we
'cause
knew.
that was my thought as well. It's like,
The only
shit,
reason I
what do we
didn't do
now?
anything is because like I knew her. So like if it was any other person I knew, I would have just like left. So like I'm also very bad at heisting, you know.
But
Yeah, when she goes, so see you later. I'm gonna grab her.
Okay, yeah, I'll follow up with that as well.
She looks down, doesn't resist. Can I help you go?
Where are you going?
Certainly don't want any part of whatever this is.
What are you doing here?
Some things need to be put in order. The fates and all that. I'm sure you understand.
No, I don't. What things?
She just like looks you up and down, stares for a long second. I think it's time you all made another journey to see my master. And time for you to see her for the first. Tiago, is it? Your brother's been very helpful, and I hope that we can also have a great working relationship.
suppose you're in this with us now.
I'm gonna step closer to her and say, whatever claws you have in my brother, you will take them out. He no longer wishes to be in your employ, and I shall never be in your employ. Swear it, or don't leave this house alive. I have my hand on the hilt of my sword.
You'd kill an unarmed woman just because she annoyed your brother?
Don't act like you're innocent. Wishes always do. I kind of like barely start to draw the sword. Swear it.
Tiago,
Your bro-
what the fuck are you
Your-
doing? Now is not the time.
Your brother's still in love with me. He'd kill you if you killed me.
Whatever the case, release him from your grip.
Your brother's not thinking straight right now. We need to fix that before more important
You're
things
not
come about.
listening to me. And I like kind of draw the sword out a little bit more. My
I'm
brother.
making. Can I make an insight check to see if like she's just blabbering to get out of this situation?
Sure, I want to check.
You know, as people do. That's dog water. 10.
Seems genuine.
Whatever the reasoning, whatever missions you've been giving him, I want you out of his skull, out of his mind.
We are running out of time.
Taylum, cut it out. Nope. Tiago, cut it out. We have things to do.
Listen, as your friend so aptly said, there are things that still need to be done. And some of those may not be as obvious on the surface as they could be.
Holy
And if
shit.
they were, there'd be no reason for me to be here. So if you let me do my job, you can do yours, and we'll
Khaled,
stop
would
a
you-
global catastrophe.
Could you say you're intertwined with our fate? You're kind of bounded to us to a degree.
Absolutely.
Then you're gonna come help us kill this Hydra.
I can certainly try. I'm not much use with killing.
Well, make yourself useful. We're bringing our full strength, and we have to go now.
Yeah, good call. I'm gonna like sheath my sword up and like help Gold push her that direction. Good call, Dan. And
She-
Tony
She
and
nods.
Eric.
I'll do
Kinda
what I
dumb.
can.
I'll bring at the rear just to make sure she's following suit.
She does. She doesn't walk with much haste, but she follows it.
I'm gonna give a very quick 1, 2, 3 count, and then I'm gonna push us all in.
Okay.
Did we
yeah,
put the guys back in the bag?
You did.
To just make it easy. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
You immediately begin hearing this same cacophony of all of these heads growling. And now, as you begin twirling down the spiral stair, who is leading the pack?
I think I was shoving everybody to go, so I was probably
Yeah.
zooming out first.
Okay. As you come along and see, you can now see this horrific winged creature. It stands on 4 legs like some sort of dragon, but from its single headstalk, you see all of these interlocked heads. It looks like 6 in total, each of a different color. Looking through them and seeing the abomination, you see that this is another one of these hybrid creatures that seem to be intermixed with the Majocracy's plans. This is a Draco Hydra.
Oh, a Draco Hydra? Dang!
Hold on, Logan. Hold on, I gotta see it. Screens are messing up.
Inside a little bit.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
Wow.
Nice
Oh,
heads.
Yeah.
Some
Doesn't
good
look
heads.
that tough.
I'm gonna
Doesn't
tell
look
you,
that
game's
tough.
like,
Flanking it on either side are 2 of the soldiers that you'd seen previous, both with 2 swords sheathed, holding chains, trying to keep it in position, seeming to be its tamers or its handlers or something along those lines. A third rides on its back, holding 2 of the heads at bay. They all look up in surprise as they see you all one by one make your way down the stair. You see a just completely destroyed library. Books strewn all about, some burnt, some melted, others just destroyed. Immediately, a moment of terror flows through you as you imagine what may have happened to the book that you're looking for. But before that terror can grip your heart, a larger one takes its place as the Hydra is released. They immediately all drop the chains. The one on its back pulls up on the heads instead of pushing down as it was, seemingly giving it free reign of the surrounding territory. And I will need you all to roll initiative.
I thought
Make
you
it
were gonna say.
Incompetent.
I thought you were gonna say, with that terror, and then an even greater one fills you. That's where we're gonna pick up next time. Like I thought you were gonna do that. I thought you were gonna do it.
Me too, yeah.
How big is this room?
Probably humongous. Humongous. Can either of our spellcaster gentlemen? I get. Are you even? How do you count artificer? Is that spellcaster? Or is that just like
Don't lump me in
No?
to thinking
Okay,
that
okay.
I'm at the same level of Father T. However, I do some spells
Dabble.
on occasion. So like
dabble?
This is actually a very low magic party.
I'm
No.
very good at like utility stuff, but when it comes to
Right,
like
you
big
can
crazy
fix the
spell
toilet.
shit, that's for sure not my cup of tea.
You're like our plumber.
Yeah.
Can you-
I'm a plumber.
Will, can you like beguile these guys that we have, like, and make them like these 2 dudes that we have, and make them fight for us, or is that?
I sure can.
We can
If we had
threaten
taken 8
them.
hours, possibly.
We could
But-
expose their other guard friends and then threaten to kill them.
We could say, "You have to fight for us," and they say, "Oh my god, okay," and then just like stab us. That'd be
Chloe,
I rolled an 8.
what is the current lunar cycle?
Ooh. Question.
Aren't there
That is a
2?
great question. There are 3 moons.
Oh,
Thank you very
Jesus,
much.
so many moons.
rice moon.
I guess I'm specifically curious if it is a new moon, and I don't know how that.
Roll a 1d20.
Roll what?
Just a
D20?
d20.
Just a d20.
16.
16. It is currently a waning crescent.
Oh,
Classic. I'm more of a waxing gibbous kind of guy, but, you know.
All right. All right. Initiatives, people.
10.
I got an 8.
7,
9.
7, 8, 9.
10.
19.
All right. I got Siegfried. You got Father T. I missed everyone else.
Goals of
8
7.
for Tiago. 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice.
All right. I got Tiago. I got goal. Aiken.
Is everyone seriously 7, 8, 9, 10? Is that the order right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you guys aren't going to believe this. 19.
Nice.
7, 8, 9, 10, 19. That's how the numbers go.
That's how they do it. That's how we do it.
That's how we do it here. It do truly
right.
be like that.
Aiken, you are first up as you get the jump on this situation. As you see these 3 handlers trying to handle the Hydra and then releasing it. Yeah, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna look to Callie and say, can you honestly hex someone's mind? We have 2 soldiers that we can maybe help fight for us.
I'll do what I can, as I said.
Talk to the doctor, and I'm gonna like scan around the library with all the shelves that were in here and like furniture. What's the structure like cover wise? Like, is there anything? Because I've got the improvisation that I kind of want to use like for cover.
Yeah, looking around as you're coming down the spiral stair, it opens up into an area with 2 like end tables and 3 plush chairs spread about. There's also a central sort of dais almost where a single book is held open. Beyond that, there are shelves on both walls, both with hardly any books remaining on them, and then a large set of double doors that leads into a back room that, if Father T is to be believed, has a summoning, or not a summoning, but a teleportation circle.
So there's like nothing that can break line of sight, base cover wise. Like, is something that I could hide behind.
I mean, definitely like one of the chairs you could like slide behind if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. How far is it from my current position? Like, right at the mouth of the entrance.
Pretty close, maybe 15 feet.
Okay, I will let off to. Actually, what color are the heads? What color are the heads? Let's get that established.
The heads are white, green, blue, red, white, and green. 2 whites, 2 greens, a blue, and a red.
I'm gonna shoot 2 lightning arrows at one of the green heads.
All right.
And as I'm like moving, but more theatrically rather than literally.
Very nice.
You know how we do it. The first one is 24.
That hits.
And the next one is 23.
That also hits.
Nice. Actually, hold on. Let me do that. And then, would I know, like, if any, like, how elements work? Is poison naturally resistant to lightning, or is lightning advantageous on any other thing?
I would say that you don't really know.
Okay.
For this kind of situation.
Sure. So the damage is 16 total and 7 lightning damage, which is of that 16. So I don't know if that changes it.
Okay, no worries.
And then, as the bonus, I'm gonna do the cover, which is just going to that, thing that breaks line of sight and making a stealth check behind it to give me advantage on my next move.
Okay. Very nice. You are able to do so. So that was Aiken's turn, which brings up Callie. Callie like steps forward, moves her hands about a bit, and you see sort of forming in front of this creature is a gigantic gold dragon. You see the Draco Hydra kind of like look up and growl at it and seems aggravated. And immediately, it is the Draco Hydra's turn and just charges, biting out at this gold dragon. And then realizing it is an illusion, frustrated, turns and is going to, toward the stairs, unleash its prismatic breath. So I will need everyone on the stairs, so which is everyone but Aiken and Callie, to roll a dexterity saving throw.
I got a 19.
19 succeeds.
11.
11 does not.
I got a 10.
10 does not.
12.
Does not also. All right. If you fail, I guess I can actually roll my dice since I can remember. If you fail, you suffer 22 points of lightning damage as it turns, and you see this prismatic like spray come out, and then centralize it as a lightning bolt that just wraps up the staircase, burning through those that it hits. If you succeed, you take half damage.
What is
I
half?
am down.
What'd you say?
I am down.
Oh,
I'm unconscious.
perfect.
What is half damage?
11,
11, right? You said it's 22
11.
points of
Okay,
lightning.
I did not. That was surprised. How are
I
you
used my
dead?
evasion.
Like,
Okay.
physically, how are you dead? Were you missing hit
He's
points
unconscious.
already? Or did it just do that much?
I'm not dead. I have a very low amount of hit points naturally. I very rarely get hit.
There you go. Yeah, you have 22, less than 22 hit points
I have 21.
at
Apparently.
level 7.
Well, I know when I had 21 at level 6, and then I rolled to level up, and I got a 1, and I have a -1 to hit points.
Ah,
So, stayed at 21.
Jesus.
wow, that sucks.
That is unfortunate. God.
I'm
Getting
not
old sucks.
sure how I ended up with 21 hit points for the first 6 levels.
Yeah, that's. I mean, well, -1. That'll add up.
That'll
I
do
mean,
it to you.
That definitely hurts.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, good to know. Well, you are down. Love to see it. At which point it is Dr. Siegfried.
I'm gonna inject Father T with some drugs to cure his wounds, as good drugs often do. I'm gonna pull out a powdery substance. I'm gonna sprinkle it all over like his mouth area. And then I'm gonna like open it and pour this residual powder into his face and push his chin up to make him swallow it. And I'm gonna give him a quick cure wounds.
Very nice.
The result of which.
Logan, I'm looking at the thing. It says I have to make a stealth skill check to see if I can hide from the creature to get the advantage.
Go ahead and roll for that.
It's 23.
All right. With the added benefit of this giant gold dragon that appeared that absorbed a lot of its attention, you succeed.
It's strange how it's wording it. It knows I'm still there, I guess. Like, it could still hit me if it wanted to, but I don't really know. It's like, it says you get an advantage on your next attack against a creature, but it still knows your current location. So I guess it doesn't know when I'm just going to hit it. So
yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Garrick.
You get 9 hit points back.
Thank you.
And then I think I'm just gonna. I don't have anything to do as a bonus. I'm gonna get out of the stairs. I'm gonna run down, and I'm gonna run to the opposite side of where Aiken's at to just distribute ourselves into not all one place, so I can look around at the books on the ground and see if there are any that if the one we're looking for has been scattered amongst the bits of this library. I will say that I am also a bit curious, and knowing that Father T is partially religious, I will also like to see, as I'm looking around here, if there's any books on gods, or specifically the Omni Weaver. If they got any of those laying around, I'll take a look. But
Roll a perception check.
Ooh, unfortunately, that is a 4.
Okay, you do not see the book that you're looking for. Also, you do not see anything on the gods. It seems to be very focused on arcane magic.
These guys and their magic. I'm gonna continue just kind of running about. I'm wearing my my cloak to sort of shield myself, but I'm not full on hiding. But I'm trying to take evasive action here, hanging out over by the side, away from everybody else.
Very nice. So that's Siegfried bringing up Father T, who's just been resurrected. Welcome back to the Land of the Living.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You feel real energetic for some reason. You got a lot of. There's just a lot of blood.
Feels good coursing through my old veins. All those drugs. Does anyone, apart from me, look seriously injured as I look around?
Just you.
Just me.
Got 34.
Okay. I will then cast Sacred Flame. And you said some of these books look burnt. I'm just going to sort of slam my staff open, point it towards one of the burnt books, and swing it. And as it does, a fireball comes out of the book, receding from where it was burnt, and flies back towards the creature. It will need to make a dexterity saving throw.
11.
That does not succeed, so it is going to take 2d8 points of fire damage. 7 points, of radiant damage.
Okay. Are you aiming at the body or one of the heads?
I am so discombobulated, I'm probably just aiming at the body. I just woke up and I just hurled a firebolt.
Okay, sounds good. You see it rears back when the radiant damage hits it. It really does not like that.
You don't like that, do you? And people are starting to spread out from these stairs now a bit, so I am going to stay here.
All right, sounds good. So that was Father T. Tiago, your turn. Oh, he just left. Oh, he's back. Mr. Tiago, it is your turn.
All right, I just had fixed. I'm gonna draw the sword off the back. The one we got from the dragon's blade or whatever. Is this thing like a dragon, essentially?
A little bit difficult to hear right now. It is a dragon-like creature. It seems to have dragon elements.
Can you guys not hear me?
We can hear you. You just sounded a little funny when you just first joined. It sounds better now, though. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna use that dragon blade, and I'm gonna turn to Goal and say strike together, and I'm gonna just charge that thing and attack it.
Okay, go ahead and roll for that attack. Are you attacking a head or the body?
It doesn't really matter. I rolled a nat 1. I was gonna aim for the neck, but I rolled a nat 1. So
all right. Moving forward, you say this to Goal, and Goal steps forward with you, and in that moment you swing, slicing across Goal with the dragon-marked blade. Go ahead and roll for that damage on
I'm
Goal.
Supposed to be everything I am supposed to be good at. I do terrible right off the bat. Okay.
Goal, it will be your turn next, so get prepared for what you want to do.
As my bonus action, can I use the aid function to have the words I
Yes.
said to him, like basically
Yeah.
give him advantage on his strike. Yeah.
As you cut him, you also give him
Right.
advantage on the strike.
You got this.
Do better than this.
Oh
All
my
right,
god, dude. That's 12 points of damage. I'm sorry.
whew, ouch.
Yeah. Sorry. About
Happens to the
that.
best of us. All right, Goal. You are cut by your friend, though. You do have advantage on your attack. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna run forward, and as I'm gonna draw out my sword and start to run forward, and I'm gonna pull out a star, and I'm gonna throw it up at one of the heads. Does one head look more prominent than the other, or are they all just kind of equally moving around?
They don't look more prominent than one another. One is damaged. That's the only difference. The one that had already been hit by your friend Aiken.
Which one is that? Which color?
I believe it's green. Is that right, Aiken?
One of the
Yes,
green.
one of the greens.
Which one? I guess the blue one is the one that shot out the lightning. Yes.
They all like collectively like shot the initial blast, but as it transformed into lightning, it did seem like the blue was sort of in charge of the spell in a way.
Okay. So I'll let loose the star towards the blue dragon, and then I'm also going to slice, and then at one of the front legs, let's say the front left leg, and then I'm gonna kick it as well
Okay.
as a bonus action. So we'll
So you'll have
say
advantage on the first strike, I believe.
so let's say for the star.
Mhm.
So for the star, 16. Well, 24 to hit with advantage.
That is. 16 would not have.
Okay, and then the sword attack is a miss. That's 9 to hit, and the kick is a 9 to hit as well.
Unfortunate.
Or actually, no, I'm sorry. The kick is a 14 to hit.
Still does not land. I mean, you get a kick in, but its hide is, thick and scaly, and you're not able to do any significant damage there.
Okay, so the star does 8 points of damage.
Very nice. 8 points done. And that was to the blue head, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Good to know. That was goal. So it is now finally the handlers' turns. The two on either side pull out their blades and are going to close with probably Tiago and Goal as they're directly in front of the beast. One is going to go for 2 sword strikes at Tiago. Keep forgetting I have dice in front of me. The better is 15.
No.
Okay. So he's going to miss both his strikes. The other one onto Goal. One's a 9, which I assume misses, and the other one's a 21.
21 definitely hits.
Nice. Oof. Max damage. So that's going to be 13 points of slashing damage with the sword.
Start, my dudes. Rough start.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is now the final one that's riding on the back of the dragon here. Or the Draco Hydra, I should say. And he is just going to reposition and seems to try to be controlling the Hydra as best he can. And mostly it seems like he's trying to get the Hydra to not destroy the entire room. Back up top with Aiken.
Okay. I am going to change bows to the Oath Bow. Does that cost movement, bonus action, or action?
Nope.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Since I was successful with the stealth check, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna shoot the same Hydra head, that green one. But before I do, I'm gonna say, "Swift defeat upon my enemies," and swear that as my sworn enemy, the Hydra.
Okay.
Or what is it? The
Oath bow.
The dragon. I don't. What's the
The Draco Hydra.
Draco Hydra. Yeah, the Draco Hydra. And I'm going to shoot it with 2 more lightning arrows as well. How does it work with advantage? Do I get advantage on both attacks or just one attack? Because it says you get advantage on your next attack, is what it says in it.
Well, then I would assume just the first.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Oh, and I have the bow gives advantage on the sworn enemy as well.
Yeah. So
So
roll
3?
3. Yeah. And then the rest will just be 2 rolls.
Okay, good. With 3 rolls, the grand total is 16.
Misses.
Yeah, I figured as much. I had a nat 1 and a 4 before that.
Nice.
I'd like to think so. Okay. The next one will be... Wow, I rolled 2 11s. So, 19.
19 hits.
Okay, let me roll.
Once again, going for the green head. Sorry.
Yes. 4 points of lightning damage. Do I need to specify that, or do you just want the total?
Nope, just total sign.
Okay, 17.
Okay. At which point you see this head like go limp as the lightning strikes it down, and you see it like kind of shrivel up and just fall off dead.
Cool. I think... Nice. Does it grow another head by chance?
You don't notice it do so.
Thank the gods. Cool.
Anything as a bonus action?
Yes. I'm gonna do the... Well, I don't know if I need to seek cover again, because I think I'm already in cover.
Just
so I don't
roll
know
out
how
of
that...
stealth.
Right. Well, no, I'll do a know thy enemy, but
Okay.
still like stay in the same spot with the, thing.
Sounds good.
Oh wait, hold on. The total is 14 for its
Challenge rating.
yes.
Its challenge rating is 11. So I assume you succeed. Great.
Yep. I'll just do the thing where it gives me advantage for 2 rounds.
Nice. Alrighty. So that is Aiken bringing up Callie. Callie, Callie is going to like look at the chaos that is befalling you guys to some degree, and is going to cast invisibility onto. Who does she want to cast? I guess most of you are going to just attack and blow it anyway. She'll just cast invisibility on herself as well as Father T.
Nice.
Which brings up the Draco Hydra, and you see from the stub that it lost its head, there's like this burgeoning motion, and you think that another head might grow there, and then you see it just like sizzle and die, and you see that like blinding energy that hit it from Father T seems to almost like reverberate over it, and it seems that it is the what do you call it? The radiant damage that prevented its head regrowth.
Nice.
All right, so it is now the Draco Hydra's turn. Let's see. Yes, it does get its breath weapon back. So it is going to move forward. Actually, no, it'll stay where it is, and it's going to use its remaining 5 heads to take 5 bite attacks. It'll do 3 at Tiago.
Okay.
Okay. Does 19 hit?
Yeah, but I'm going to use my reaction as a defensive duelist to raise my armor class to 20 for that attack. So
Okay.
it can't not hit.
All right, so then just 1 will hit, and it will do 7 points of piercing damage with the bite. Yes, and then it will follow up with follow up with 2 bite attacks on 2 goal. What's your armor class goal?
17.
Okay, yeah, it's going to miss both times. And then it will use its prismatic breath, and I think that it will choose to do a about to fire in the direction of Aiken. So it sort of like turns angrily at having one of its heads destroyed. And you see all the heads like spin together, this energy coalescing from each of them and shoot this blast in your direction. And as it flies, you see like tendrils of it spread and it becomes a cone of flame that overtakes the area you were standing. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Is Aiken within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
I'm going to go, look out! And you get +4 to your dexterity saving throw because of my flash of genius.
You're a genius. Look out!
Look out! There's fire there. Genius.
I say thanks as I roll a 23.
Oh well.
Nice. You do still suffer half damage. Let me go ahead and roll that. I need more
just-
D10s in my life.
Thanks, and I do like 3 backflips.
Okay, so that would have also been 22, which is the same as last time. So it'll be 11 for you since you succeeded.
Feeling 22 today.
Yeah, something like that. So that was the Draco Hydra's turn. Bring Siegfried up after you just kind of helped out your buddy. So that's nice.
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna stick 2 metal discs on the top and bottom of my gun, flip one of the switches to initiate this metal magnetic shot, and then I'm flip the barrel upside down as I've like modified this thing and I'm gonna shoot once, and one of these metal discs is gonna hit the ceiling, and I'm gonna shoot twice, and the other one is gonna line up underneath it. And how big is the Hydra? What is the size?
Huge.
So 15 by 15. So I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire on him in a 20-foot square, and then the excess 5 feet is gonna be behind him, so it doesn't hit anybody else.
Perfect.
And then I need him to make a dexterity save.
14.
That is not gonna pass. So now attacks on the Draco Lich have advantage. And it's all warbly and magnetic, so now every time someone swings at the Draco Hydra with any sort of force, it like magnifies your attacks, making it easier to hit.
Perfect.
Whoa.
And then I'm gonna keep. No, I'm gonna see if I can, with any of these like broken like bookshelves or tables or chairs or whatever. I'm gonna see if I can hide and get some cover at all.
Okay. You can't technically hide as bonus action.
Yeah,
but you can
yeah.
just,
Hide
get
and-
behind
yeah.
something at the very least.
Not mechanically hide, but yeah, I just want to hide behind something, and I want to like drop prone,
Okay.
and see if I can get any cover from that.
All right. Yeah, you're able to kind of like get behind one of these tables, just like trying to get something between you and the Draco Hydra's many heads.
Yeah.
So that was Siegfried Father T. That brings you back up. You are invisible.
Yes, I am invisible, but I saw how effective that last bout of fire was, so I will do it once again and reverse time on one of these books, sending the flame back towards the Draco Lich.
That is natural 20 on the save.
That will succeed, and I am no longer invisible, so this was perhaps not the best plan. Aiken, team just got hit. How bad do you look, Aiken?
I cut Oh, I got burned. My arm's a little burnt. Maybe my foot.
Yeah, well,
Slightly. Probably not as bad as the dudes on the front.
great, then I will just healing word myself.
Fair enough. You are definitely able to do so. So that was Father T. So we're down at Tiago.
Cat, make up your mind.
Right as he steps away.
Sorry, no, it's the cat. Yeah. Anyways, so would you say that Goal has advantage on his next strike on the
Yes.
Hydra? Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna just say to Goal like, move opposite of me, and I'm gonna draw my other sword so that I'm like dual wielding these swords. And I'm
Nice.
gonna go ahead and attack the Hydra with the Dragon Slayer first.
Body or head?
Head.
Okay. The blue head is injured. There are also 4 uninjured heads.
I guess I'll go for the blue one first. And
Okay.
that's
You
gonna
see
be
it
a
like
20.
snake your direction.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a 27. So I'll draw this other sword off my hip and then kind of lunge up at that guy there. So because Goal is within like melee range, can this count as a sneak attack?
Yes, because he's been threatened. That's correct.
Hell yes.
Gotta love that sneak attack.
You have to.
You just get like 6 extra d6.
Almost. Okay, so that's...
What's the weapon you're using? Can you sneak attack with any weapon?
I think
It
so,
has to
yeah.
be a
As long as
finesse
it uses
weapon.
your finesse or versatile weapon, yeah.
Yeah. Is
They're
this,
both longswords, which are finesse weapons. So you can, or they're versatile weapons rather. So you can use them as finesse, and you can use them as, like, not finesse.
I don't know if
What?
it's versatile as well. I think it's just
Isn't it?
finesse.
Well, no, a versatile weapon means that it can be. I thought. Oh,
No,
maybe
versatile
means
is
one or
one,
two-handed.
one or two-handed, which longswords are, and they are not
Oh.
finesse. So you don't use dexterity with them.
Shit. So what do I need to use?
They need to become short swords, I think.
Oh my god, I didn't
Or
even know that.
rapiers.
Man,
They
I'm so
can,
bad at
but
D&D.
I'm telling you, they can just magically be short swords right now if you want them to be.
Would that change the attack to?
It'll be
D-
D6, but you get
D6.
your sneak attack. So
Just use a ranged weapon.
They can't be rapiers.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, rapiers are.
sure, that's fine.
Is that okay? I realize I'm.
No, you're good.
Do you know what their damage is? Is it like a D8?
I'd be shocked if it was, but it could be.
Yeah.
A rapier?
Yeah.
That's a D8.
D8.
Yeah.
Is it really?
D8.
Yeah.
It's martial.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. How about this? I'll do. Yeah. Okay. I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing.
All right.
All right. So
You
okay.
hit.
So okay. Sweet. So with the Dragon Slayer blade, it is 14 plus 9 plus. Another 14. Oh my god. Hold on. Math.
30.
I just need more dice. Yeah. Yes, we'll go with that.
Okay.
Can
Yes.
we try
with
to add
that,
that up again?
you just slice through this head, destroying it, as it was already
All right.
damaged by gold.
All right. And I want to use my bonus attack to attack with the offhand, which doesn't add my proficiency, right?
I think you just don't add your dex. Not sure though.
Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense. Okay. So that'll be 22.
Hits.
All right. And I don't get the sneak attack on that.
No.
It'll just be a D8, so 7 points of damage with the offhand. And that'll be on any random head that's within strike.
All right. That'll be the red head. Very nice. That is Tiago's turn. Bring goal up.
Okay. And I have advantage for some reason. Is that what I
You
heard?
do. There's like this ethereal fire sort of outlining the creature.
Okay. So I am going to. I'm going to do 2 sword strikes and an unarmed attack.
Very nice. All will have advantage.
Let's see here. Let's do
What are you attacking? A head or the body?
the body. I'm kind of up in kind of the armpit region of the left front leg. First attack with advantage is pathetic. 11.
Misses.
And then I'm going to swing with the sword, and then I'm going to roundhouse kick. Shit. That's 21 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. That does 9 points of damage. And then I'm going to swing the sword again. That is a 23 to hit.
Also hits.
Okay. And then that's going to do 10 points of damage. And I'm going to use a key point to do stunning strike.
Okay. How does that work?
It has to make a Constitution saving throw, but I'm not clear about how that works. Is that versus whatever my constitution is, or?
I have no idea. Let me read the ability.
It's like your spellcasting modifier or like your monk ability DC. It's 8 plus proficiency plus your wisdom score.
Oh, 11 plus wisdom bonus. So that's 14.
No, it will not get a 14. It got a 12. So I suppose it is stunned.
So I paused for that last round, and I'm like, and I just plunged my sword into it and stun it.
Ouch!
Nice.
That really sucked. It didn't like that at all.
Interfered with the flow of the key within its body.
Does it like?
Nice.
What is stunning it do? Is that another like source of advantage?
Stunned. It's incapacitated. Can't move. Can speak only faultingly. It automatically fails strength and dex saves, and you have advantage again. Yeah.
So there's 2 advantages on it.
Yep.
Oh my god! I think I'm gonna set the record for most advantages on a creature.
Nice. All right. So that was Goal's stunning strike, which it really hated. The handlers are going to move forward, and I think they're going to continue their onslaught. 2 on Tiago. Does an 18 hit you, Tiago? It doesn't, does it?
It would, but have I already used my reaction for this round?
No, you just went.
I think. Okay. Then yeah, I'll use my reaction to raise my armor class and basically duel that off. And by the way, I made one rapier and the other a short sword so that it's kind of not as goofy. And I appreciate you letting me make this switch mid combat.
No worries.
So okay.
All right. On you, Goal, that is an unnatural 20 and an 18.
Both hit.
Ooh, nice. That's going to be 16 points of piercing or slashing damage from the 2 swords, one after another, hit home on you.
I'm going to say when the second one hits me, I kind of drop down to a knee for a second, and then I stand back up.
Right.
Fucking really bad.
The handler on the back of the Draco Hydra, not sure what just fucking happened to it, is like looking down, like hitting it, trying to get it to wake up, and failing to do so. It is what is he gonna do? He's just gonna pull out a javelin, and seeing Goal fall to one knee, he's just gonna like throw it down at Goal, trying to finish him off. It's like a 6 to hit as he just launches it into the dirt next to you, not finding home. Bring us back to the top with Aiken.
Hello again.
Hi.
Let me check this. Okay, this is what I'm gonna attempt. I'd like to use my bonus action first to hide behind the cover against the Hydra again to do that.
Check.
Yeah. Do I get advantage or anything because of its condition, perception? No.
Nope.
Assume not. Okay. The total is 15.
You are not hidden. Its passive perception is very high.
Dang. Okay. Well, I tried. Instead, I'm going to attack it with my bow and arrow. On the blue head that's already injured. Yes.
Redhead is already injured. Blue head was destroyed.
How did I miss that? Anyways, I'll do the redhead then.
Hit the child.
Okay, so I get advantage.
Don't. Sorry, couldn't help it.
I get advantage for it being prismatic sprayed. When what fairy fire?
Mm-hmm.
For it being stunned.
Mm-hmm.
For the know thy enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And for it being my sworn enemy.
Yep.
What does that mean? You get to roll 4 times to hit?
I get to roll 5 times on both attacks.
Correct. You're in a very
I'll
good
do the-
position
I'll
to
do the
attempt to hit this
computer.
thing.
Okay, so this first one, it is a total of 25 for the first one.
Hits.
I'm gonna use the lightning arrows. I don't know if I said that or not.
You did not, but okay.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
And the next one is 22.
Also hits.
23.
Even
Cool.
better.
Nice. Cool. 37.
Okay, yeah, that head just gets obliterated.
Nice. With the dudes that are running around on the ground, the handlers, I guess.
Yep.
Is what you would call them. How far away are they from my spot, from my location?
Not very far. Maybe 15, 20 feet.
Are they right next to the Hydra thing?
Yes. One of them is literally on its back.
Right. I'm gonna have Proteus attack one of them and like try to whistle him to go up. Is there like one attacking Tiago and one attacking Goal?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have him attack the one next to Goal.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, just a bite attack. What's the... Okay. I guess I'm trying to see where plus to hit is, but 13 to hit.
13 does not hit through their armor, unfortunately.
Yeah, I figured as much. Jeez. Yeah, I don't have anything else in that. I guess he'll be next to Goal if he because I don't want him to take opportunity attack.
All right.
So,
Very
yeah.
nice.
I'll chill up there for a minute.
Okay, cool. So that is Aiken's turn, bringing us to Callie. Callie is going to stay invisible. She thinks it's probably a good idea for her. She's gonna move up the stairs a little bit, trying to get out of the immediate fray as best she can. At which point, it is the Draco Hydra who has not taken radiant damage this turn, and so you see where the blue head was chopped off. 2 new blue heads grow, and where the red head has just been blown off the back of it, 2 grow in that place as well. All right, and then let's see if it gets breath weapon back. No. So then it will make 8 bite attacks with its 8 heads now.
Is it stunned?
Oh, yes, it is stunned. That's right. So it does not make any attacks, but it does still regrow its heads.
I'm gonna
Siegfried,
yell
your turn.
over to the other people and say, "You find that damn book!" And, turn back to action.
I have too much. I'm not gonna respond. I was gonna try to yell across the battlefield and work out a strat. Whatever. I'm gonna on my knee now that I'm prone behind some cover. I'm gonna pull out Der Sprangen and light him up, and I'm gonna my gun does some fire damage. So I'm hoping maybe that will also do the same sort of effect as Radiant. Again, I'm not quite sure, but I'm hoping perhaps. So I'm gonna aim at one of the freshly grown heads, I suppose.
Sounds good.
And I'm gonna use my 2 attacks on it. So first attack is going to be a natural 20.
Ooh, beautiful.
Second is gonna be a natural 20. Dude, I don't know what to tell you. Straight 220s in a row. It's this green die. I don't know what to tell you. Technically I roll with advantage, but I already got a 20, so it doesn't matter. Whoo! Oh, buddy. Okay.
You can roll again, see if you get 4 20s in a row. In a row.
That's a little spicier than I was intending, but I'll take it. Do I have to separate damage between fire and force?
No.
Cool. So I'll give you all the damage in one. So the first attack, holy shit, dude, I can't believe that. 5 plus 6 is
We needed
11,
that.
plus 5 is 16 damage on the first hit.
Okay.
And then the second is 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 7 is 20, plus 5 is 25.
So what was the total number?
25.
Oh, 25 is the total?
Yeah.
Okay. How would you like to do this, sir?
Despite it like growing its heads back and stuff, I'm gonna like look, and I'm gonna like try to find like the central head, and I'm gonna run through some anatomy, both scientific and magical, and like try to figure. And I'm just gonna flick the switch to turn the gun on, charge up a shot, and then just one quick shot, and then I just want to shoot it through its head and like splatter its brains, and then just kill it that way. And so it can't really grow anything back because nothing's missing.
All right, sounds good. You blast off your big gunshot through it, and you see it kind of like as it like slowly becomes not stunned. You see it just collapsing under its own weight. The handler's kind of like stepping back away from it, trying to avoid the massive body as it collapses. That was Siegfried Father T. That brings you up.
This creature seems to be dead.
Yes.
I'm going to hit it with the Sacred Flame anyways, just to make sure. I know the radiant damage kept it down last time.
Okay. You see like the parts where like heads are missing like sizzle as the radiant damage hits it.
Yeah, that'll be
Good
my
call.
action. Bonus action goal. You will get some hit points back. That's going to be 6 hit points back to you. Apologies, it is all I can do with the bonus action. And that will, for my movement, I will get down there into the fray so I can start looking for books.
Nice. That is Father T. So Tiago, your turn.
As soon as that thing like collapses, I'm gonna basically like kind of spin both my swords and focus them on the handler that was I guess attacking. So are there 3 handlers or just 2?
Yes, 3.
Okay, 3. Okay. In that case, yeah, I guess I better kill the guy that's fighting me because he's directly fighting me. So, am I in range of both of them, or just the one attacking me?
You're in range of both of them, I'd say.
Okay. Well, I will attack the most offensive one to me that's striking at me first. So I'll go ahead and do that. Is goal within 5 feet of that guy as well?
Sure, why not?
Okay. All right. So that'll be a 10 to hit him.
No, 10 is not it.
Okay. And then with my offhand, you know what? Actually, with my bonus action, I will go ahead and say to goal. I'm assuming my back is to him now. I'll say, move in opposite of me, goal, and I'm just gonna like, as I strike, and then I'll like riposte, and then hopefully goal will like we'll just kind of have this like equal opportunity striking, you know, thing going on, and that'll give him a advantage on his attack.
Very nice. That was Tiago. So goal. It is your turn. Your first strike has advantage.
Okay. I'm confused about where these handlers are. They're both of the handlers on the ground are close.
Yeah, they're both like. I mean, they've been hitting, swinging swords at you guys, so they're like right entangled with the two of you.
Okay. So I'm going to do a sword attack. Actually, I'm going to throw a star, followed up with a sword attack, and then I'm going to do flurry of blows as well with a key point, with a low kick and then a high kick.
Right.
All turns out. So, and this is with advantage. The first one.
Yes.
Okay, so that is a 21 to hit.
And it's
with a star. I'm finding a green die because apparently those are lucky.
there you go.
4. Hey, so that's 8 points of damage. So I'm just gonna move forward and just release a star, just sink it right into his chest.
Right.
And then, fuck, I can't hit with my sword. 11 to hit with the sword.
Nope.
So I swing the sword, and then, like I said, I'm gonna follow up with a low kick and then a high kick.
Yes, sir.
So that is a 15 and a 17 to hit with those.
The 15 misses, the 17 hits.
Jesus, this is ridiculous. And that is a 8 points of damage with the high kick. I just belt him right kisser.
Yeah, that felt good. He's looking pretty rough already. I mean, you beat the crap out of him pretty good there. At which point it is their turns. They're just like looking back and forth, and one shouts out in common, "Listen, we don't have to do this way. Please, show mercy." The handler on the back of the beast like slides off, like looking up at the dead thing, just like looks like he's in shock almost. And it's about this time that you see from the set of double, like almost gold trimmed doors, this glowing blue light that at least Father T would recognize as the light of the teleportation circle going off, as someone has just teleported in there.
Oh boy.
Aiken, your turn.
So these guys are begging for mercy.
Yes.
I'm gonna like prepare a shot and just like yell out, "Should I take it?"
Please.
Put them to work finding the book. We need to get out of here quickly. Someone just teleported in and I motion.
Have the two guys been in the bag this whole time?
Yeah, to be fair, it's only been like
Like
a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna-
with that, when the other two do ask for, or the other three do ask for mercy, I'm gonna be like, yes, good, don't shoot, no need, and I'm gonna take out the other two bodies. Oh, actually, we're still in combat. Never mind. Are we still in combat?
Yeah, we're still going through orders here.
I'll yell out, "Look for the book, and I won't shoot you, and the dog won't bite you either."
All right, you describe the book briefly to them?
Yeah. Look for
Okay.
a black book with a thing on it that has a little thing on it.
They
Okay.
immediately begin scouring.
I make them drop their weapons first.
They do. Callie, appears briefly, and dimension doors disappearing.
Bolts. She just bolts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Siegfried?
I'm gonna use my action to, since I can only do one at a time, I'm gonna take the still conscious guard out of the bag
Okay.
and throw him on the ground.
You do.
That's all I got.
Fair enough. That was Siegfried, Father T.
Sorry, I'm just looking over my spells here. It looks like someone's already using the teleportation circle.
It very much looks like the teleportation circle has been activated, yes.
I'm going to cast Bless upon Tiago, Aiken, and Dr. Siegfried to give them a bonus D4 as they just speed up. And I'm like, we have to find that book. Actually, hold on. Let me make sure Bless applies to...
It does not.
I do not do that then. I will instead cast Guidance upon myself as I search for the books.
All right, go ahead and roll for that investigation.
Are we in initiative order still?
Yes.
Okay.
18.
18. Looking around, you immediately get to the shelf where it was previously, and you see it is still there. It has not moved. It's one of like the few books that has been unperturbed.
I got it. Let's get out of here now.
Never mind. Sorry.
Saying that, Tiago, it's your turn.
I will just put myself between where the teleportation circle is and the rest of the crew is, and basically say, we need to get out of here now.
All right.
And if anyone comes through that teleportation circle, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, you can't see the teleportation circle from where you are.
Okay.
It's behind these set of double doors.
Gotcha.
Goal, you doing anything?
I am full of rage at this point. We're pretty beat up. I'm gonna hear everything that's going on, but I'm gonna walk up and grab one of the guys, just by, I don't know if he's wearing armor, but just basically by the neck like this. Just pound him into the fucking earth, and I'm gonna hold off for a second when they're like, we have to get out of here now, and I'll not hit him.
Okay. Do you begin making your way out of here?
Yeah, if everybody else does, then yeah.
All right, you start running. At which point, you all see these set of double doors open, and you presume that this sound charm is operating on that door as well, because you see a man currently like looking through a book as he steps in, and then like looks up and just is in shock. Toril, you would recognize this as your father. He like looks from one of you to another and does like make eye contact with you, and like just has this like odd, like confused look on his face. And then we're back to Aiken.
The enemies that we're searching, are they like still scavenging for books right now? Like,
They seem to realize that you found it and are now just like standing there idly.
What kind of weapons do they have?
Long swords.
Like better. Long swords. Are they magical?
Yes.
I'm gonna walk up to one of them. Well, I guess run up to one of them, and then say, "Give me this." And I like go to take one of their swords, not both of it.
They've already dropped on the ground per
Already dropped.
Tiago's instruction.
Oh, nice. I take one of them.
Okay.
What does it look like? Is it just like a normal broadsword?
It's a +1 longsword. It looks a little bit cool. I'll show you the picture again.
I'm about to make it so much cooler with something that I forgot to do a long time ago.
Okay. Anyway, as you work on this, are you then making your way out?
Yeah, I'm gonna give this sword to my dog, and it can use it somehow.
Okay. Sounds
with
great.
its mouth. I don't know.
Perfect. The swords look like this.
Oh yeah, real brutal looking.
Great for a dog, I think. All right,
doesn't have muscle.
You're right. So you are making your way out. Callie's already gone. Siegfried, you begin making your way out?
I will use my action to take the other guy out of the bag.
Okay.
Drop him on the ground and make my way out. Hood up.
Very nice.
Still, and try to avoid detection.
Father T?
So he's already seen us?
Oh, yes. He looks up from his book just in shock. Like, what the hell's going on here?
Old person.
Yeah. He fails.
It's lower than 14?
It's way lower than 14.
Doesn't Father T look older?
Yeah. Yeah, he seems like confused when he sees Father T, not recognizing him.
Let's get out of here, and I will use the rest of my turn to get out.
Okay. So all of you are making your way out now? All right. As you sprint from the mansion and through the front gate, we will pick up there next time as you have successfully pulled off your heist. Though
Well,
maybe not as cleanly as you would have
rough.
hoped.
This is rough.
successful is a subjective term.
Yeah.